Good evening, everyone. What am I doing? I don't know. It's Tuesday night, 20 minutes after 8 on the East Coast in the Eastern time zone. What am I doing here? I have no clue tonight. I do not have an agenda. Maybe have a friend or two pop in. We'll see what happens. Just felt like going a little bit live. There will probably be some Fortnite streaming later tonight, though. So, uh, plans for some very impromptu Tuesday night activity. Um, Having to rework this Fortnite around, usually a bit earlier, but got a friend streaming and got another friend that's working. So, uh, you know, multitasking, shift schedules around and things like that. Hello, everybody. Hopefully, tweet it out, say hello to everybody. And I will want to greet everybody here. Let me say a quick hello, and I'm going to Miss Martin Muses who comes in. I want to put Miss Martin Muses out because tomorrow night she will be my guest tomorrow night at 9 p.m. here on this very channel. Lovely to have you with you, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful conversation. So maybe even some sports, maybe even some soccer. Who knows? But obviously, there's some sports soccer news if you're following the Women's World Cup. So glad to have you tonight with us, and cannot wait till tomorrow night. And the great Buddy Hepburn is our leadoff batter. Thank you so much. After Dark 2019, glad that you're here. And yay, yes, I am really excited about tomorrow night's show. And part of what I'll probably do tonight is ramble a little bit about other activities coming up in the month because we're gearing towards football. But Miss Mark Muse is, I think, one of the more fascinating content creators that I've seen around. The wide range of stuff on her channel, from literature to Lord of the Rings to travel, and she explains about Catholicism. I mean, just the immense talent and a wide variety of shows that she produces, and great stuff. If you have not checked her channel out, well, we will get to hear from herself tomorrow night, and I'm going to take that the yay is for soccer. So it's something we do not touch on very much around here, though different kind of football. But hey, it was apparently a very newsworthy event, so we'll hold on to that. So for us college football fans, it's been a wild ride the last few days. Actually, last week or two, with all the conference realignments, and nothing's normal anymore. We're about to have we're going to have in 24 our first truly national conference from coast to coast, with the Big Ten with their recent expansion out to the Pac-12 conference. So we'll get into that a little bit. I'm pulling up a few news stories. So hey, folks, sit back, relax. We're going to probably have some other topics at random. Who knows what we'll do, and maybe we'll continue our discussion on breakfast cereals from the other night that went till like 6 o'clock, actually about 6:15 the other morning on Saturday morning. Boy, I think I'm still paying for that one. I'm still a little sluggish at times, so it's it's funny. I've heard of jet lag, but how about stream lag? It's when you go to 6 o'clock in the morning. But you know what? Damn it, I'm 53 years old, and you know what? I want to live and have fun and do stupid stuff as long as I can. Not like stupid stuff I did earlier, like when I was in college, when I had a pizza work with another guy to have pizza delivered to class. Yes, I did that. And then sadly, the pizza driver was older than the professor. So fortunately, we didn't get kicked out of school. We just kind of got a lecture from the professor. But what was even crazier was none of the students. The teacher said, "Hey, you might as well offer it to everybody in here." And we did. Not a single person in that class wanted to get anywhere near the pizza that we had delivered to there. So, hey, go figure. I mean, would you want to? So, while I'm picking up a story that we've got here, I've tweeted some stuff out. Share your friends with everybody. And tweet it out. We'll do it. We're at 433 subs today, so really look, the channel's really grown a lot lately. So oh my goodness, oh boy, how about this one? Okay, I know Buddy Hepburn is one of our great resident sports guys, but let me say hello to a couple more people. Lemon Pie came in. Hey, welcome, Lemon Pie. Hey, and Gap After Dark, welcome. Good to see you tonight. Well, Hey, yesterday afternoon, one of the surprises that I had heard was that the ACC was planning a conference call to discuss adding Stanford and Cal to the ACC. Why? How? Makes absolutely no sense why you would do that. But then again, the Big Ten just added Oregon and Washington, truly now a coast to coast national league by geography. One of the and a lot of times with the conferences, we think everything should be geography. Like the Pac-10, the Big Ten should be the Midwest, the Southwest, which is an old conference. It's all geography. Well, one thing that the show host had mentioned, and it made sense. They credit that geography is no longer an issue with these conferences, and they dated it back to the expansion in the SEC. I think it was in 2012 where Texas A&M and Missouri joined the Southeastern Conference. Personally, and I never liked either team in the Southeastern Conference, especially Missouri, but they stuck them there. So you go figure. But when I was listening to the show the other day, they did talk about about the ACC scheduling a call to bring in Cal and Stanford. Well, if you know the Pac-12, if Cal and Stanford leave, there's only Oregon State and Washington State left in the conference, which is like, dear, you're gone. I mean, and the two big program budgets, like I heard Oregon State was a $30 million program that could be relegated to the Mountain West. You can say goodbye to your sports budget at that point. They will not generate the revenues, but you've got Arizona State, and Utah to the Big 12, which is now official. We knew UCLA and USC were going to the Big 10, but then all of a sudden the rumors came true. Washington and Oregon are moving. So you got to get good where the getting's good, So, but here's one that came up today that I just found out about, is that the ACC is not done yet in terms of the talk about it for expansion. Let's see, an article from The Athletic, and the title reads that the ACC discussing SMU, yes, Southern Methodist University, as expansion option in addition to Stanford, California, according to a source. Well, this is a bizarre choice of it. What would the SMU bring? So basically, they're looking at an expansion scenario to add this team. Here's the points from the article. That the ACC athletic directors met on Monday, followed by the league presidents Tuesday morning today, to discuss the possibility of adding Stanford and Cal, but they did not take a vote. So probably right about now, tonight, they're and folks, listen, don't let sports ball run you off. I'm not going to stay on sports ball. This is really a breaking news article that I'm kind of coming up with now to discuss for now. But we'll get to some fun topics in a bit, like breakfast cereals. Be thinking about your favorite breakfast cereal. If you were with us at 6 o'clock the other morning, it came up. But hey, I'm always in the mood to chat more about cereals if we need to. So then SMU, which is a member of the American Athletic Conference since the current version of the conference formed back in 2013, has been outside a major Power Conference since the Southwest Conference dissolved in 1996. For you old people, you would know that the Southwest Conference used to have Texas, Arkansas, a lot of those teams, in the Southwest, Oklahoma. So, you got, those rivalries there, tradition back to geography, which no longer exists. And Stunning, hey, Stunning, oi, good to see you, sir. How are you tonight? Good to have you with us. So, and then the Mustangs were reported to be, and here's how quickly this whole landscape has changed with college football. The Mustangs were reported to be a Pac-12 expansion target earlier this year. And even the Pac-12 commissioner visited the school and was seen speaking with SMU administrators during a basketball game. That's how you're tired. Yeah, you're tired. I bet. Well, sit back, relax. If you fall asleep, hey, I've done my job. I like putting people to sleep. It's all good if that happens. So sit back, unwind, relax. But it shows you, this is another example of how sudden the landscape is changing in all of sports now. Enjoying the Colonel's chicken while trying to wind down. Well, all right. That sounds like a good menu item. So, a long day. All right. Well, hey. Well, thank you for choosing to end your long day here with me and with the Greek people in the chat. Be thinking about what breakfast cereals you like. Okay. All right. So, we got 6 of y'all. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Hey, if you haven't subbed already, do and make sure you are still subbed because weird things have been happening with the numbers lately. Get your friends in. Let's get 2 more to get to 435. Our anniversary stream is coming up. Let's see if we can get 450 for that. So, but, ooh, hello. Nope. Oh, this bastard. Really? Oh, they hid the article from, oh, you bastard. I guess they hid the article from me. Well, let's see there. Okay. All right. Now I faked it out. So, oh, no. They're playing with me. You know what they're doing? Once I go too far down the article, they decide to make me pay for it. So, hey, you know what? We'll pounce off that. But, hey, it's really, really an interesting series of events because, like you said, Pac-12 was looking to expand itself and was looking at SMU and did not do that. So, hey, and now the Pac-12 is virtually non-existent nowadays. But yeah, I'm curious. Now, yeah, Buddy Hepburn, they killed Kenny. You bastards. Now, Buddy, I'm kind of curious to see what you would think with, and y'all feel free to opine in the chat or on any of these topics talk about. But the possibility of Stanford and Cal becoming part of a conference that's geographically on the other side of the country. While we've talked about geography doesn't matter anymore with the day of television and air flight and stuff, but it just seems like such a weird setup, being that far away across the country. It does not make logical sense with it either. And that's kind of one of the questions is what, do you really want to do this? Do you, is it a good business decision? I've heard some of the guys out of Knoxville talk about it might work for 1 year, but after that, will it sustain itself? Will it still be, a thing? Will they still make the money off of it? Because I tell you what, there's not a lot. There's a lot of turmoil in the ACC itself. So basically, today I've picked up another article from the Bleacher Report that basically says that the ACC is still evaluating Stanford Cal editions after an exploratory call. It repeats a lot some of the information with the time frame of today's meeting. So the article does say that the Big Ten already picked off the Pac-12's most valuable programs, which we know were USC, UCLA, Washington, and Oregon. So, and hey, Theme Park Casual. Hey, good to see you tonight. Hey, welcome. Congratulations again on your 1 year anniversary, sir. It is great news and you're, great content and stuff. I'll listen on drive home. All right. Well, good. I have no agenda, no program. This is kind of a chill chat. The intent is not to stay on sports ball all the time, but because it has been in a state of flux for the last week, like crazy, it's become very topical for the stuff I cover. Like the previous article mentioned Southern Methodist was just being looked at as a Pac-12 expansion school. Now there's only 2 teams that will be left in the Pac-12 after next year. So, but he says I think the Big Ten is also said to be interested in Stanford specifically make more sense than the ACC. Exactly. What does this become? I mean, now with this rumor, does the Big Ten continue its expansion? Or does it not? That's kind of the question. Is this whole? I've never seen this, and I'm 53 years old. I've seen a lot of sports. I've seen a lot of insanity. Hey, Masters Maniac Mexico, good to see you tonight. Good, all right, good to see you. Well, you had a rough ride. Well, sit back, kick your feet up, relax, and I'm going to ramble. We'll see what happens. I've sent an invite or 2 out. We'll see what happens. But hey, and I won't be on sports ball the whole time. So I'll even talk soccer. If you're in sports soccer, I'll figure something out to say soccer. Apparently, there was a really interesting story that happened the other day, but I'm trying to hold that for tomorrow night with my guest tomorrow night, Mrs. Martin Muses. And hey, Jeremy, good to see you tonight. 8 of you great people here. Thank you for being here. Smash that like button and all. Which is another thing when you look at the ACC expanding possibly with Cal, Stanford, possibly even an SMU if that could happen. But all's not well in the ACC because there's a group of schools that are now looking to get out of the ACC if they can, and Florida State is one of them to deal with the amount of revenues that they're getting from the conference itself. But there's a $120 million buyout, which is causing a lot of problems. So, well, back to the expansion is that this article talks about the Big 12 got the better teams. The Pac-12 maybe just the frying pan into the fire because you have FSU indicating its desire to leave the conference, and it's not the only one, which is starting to get fuel to the fire for potentially more SEC expansion, which would be Clemson, FSU definitely would have to be on the target list for them. Also, a problem with this is the logistical challenges and added costs by crisscrossing the country for conference contests involving the 2 teams. So, an ACC source in the article said the proposed expansion is complicated in part because of significant travel costs. And the 2 schools do not project to be financial game changers, which is another consideration for the ACC when the revenue gulf between it, the Big Ten and SEC is widening. Again, here's the thing. Cal and Stanford would be like Oregon State and Washington State. The natural home would be the Mountain West Conference. But, folks, the Mountain West Conference is a nice conference, but it's not a Power 5 or even close to it by any means, and definitely not one that's good for generating revenue. So, yeah, and like I said, all this stuff has been happening in a week. Last year we had Texas, Oklahoma leaving. Then there's rumors that all of a sudden, really in the last week, all hell broke loose. Is the only way I can describe it. Because once the first the USC, UCLA, everybody thought the Big Ten was finished, and then all of a sudden, they it went crazy. You've got more teams expanding, changing leagues. Some of these don't make sense. The West Coast teams in the Big 12, but but it will be the first nationwide conference, though. So it's a lot of variables, a lot of things going in. Way to see. I don't think we ever thought that would happen because in the old days it was all geography. So let's see. I'm send something out. But basically, we'll see. I never thought I'd live to see this. You're going to have from Boston College on the East Coast all the way to the Huskies or Oregon on the West Coast. It is just insane to thinking about it. And what will be even worse is that you have to, if I cannot believe Stanford and ACC, any serious world, in any world, I cannot see how you got Stanford and Cal joining the ACC. But hey, dumber things have happened. They tell me it's a big, brave new world now. So hey, we shall see what shall happen with that. Uh, what I do want to talk on this issue, though, real quick, is I do want to say I'm going to pull up another article about Florida State leaving the ACC, because what is interesting to see in this case is that the what we see is the Big Ten is very stable. It's a very solid conference. It's not going to fall apart. It's actually brought on big teams. Now with this rumor for the ACC expanding, like we saw with SMU, Cal, Stanford, there are very open fissures in the conference. Let me tell you, buddy. I kind of think the next move will be a merger of the remaining Pac-12 into another conference versus Stanford, Cal leaving, and I think that is what is most likely going to happen. Or like you said, possibly if Stanford and Cal join the Big Ten. I just do not see how the ACC is going to be able to bring them in, especially when you start looking at there's at least 5 to 7 schools in the ACC that are currently unhappy with the current revenue deals. So I'm gonna pull up an article here from the Tallahassee Democrat. So, which is, let's see here, So I'll give y'all something to look at here. And folks, like I said, we're not going to be a sports ball. I got a couple people coming in a few minutes. We'll talk some sports ball, and then we'll get to hopefully breakfast cereals, which should be fun. Well, let me bring in, hold on real quick. I will get to this, but hey, I don't like making people stay in the back room. This is a guy that I love, called my streaming buddy. Hell, he's such a bad influence. Like, Dad, man, it's 3:00 in the morning your time. Let's stream. You know what I say? Hell yes, let's fucking stream, And yes, I said that just for the emphasis and emphasize we're plus 18. Although, sorry, I know I probably should be better tonight, but hey, it's the one, the only, the great Hungry. Hey.
Hello, Bison Buddy.
Hey, Bison Buddy. How are you tonight?
I'm happy to hear your voice, man. Happy to hear your voice. How's the missus doing?
She's doing good. Well, you know what? I love her, and I cannot function without her, folks. I mean, what she's doing, listen, this work on this football stream's coming up. When you watch it, I hope y'all tune in, and it's going to be 2 weeks from a week from tomorrow night 2 weeks from tomorrow night on the 23rd on Wednesday night. I'm going to have the SEC football preview special. Come just for her graphics.
I will.
Not only does she set it up like she did last year, but she's improved them using more colors. She took the book from me. I was trying to make her burden lighter.
Yeah.
She took it from me, and she's setting it all up for me.
I love it. I love her graphics, and her laugh is priceless as well. I mean, you guys are such a great team. I've said it before, but you guys are like, you're giving me these really, really good reminiscences of when Sonny and Cher was great in the early 70s. There's that vibe there, the give and take, the push and pull. And
I remember them.
Well, just fantastic shows, man. And it's kind of funny. I'll be a heathen for a moment and say eventually, we'll talk about the cereals, and we'll talk about reminisce about 1970s candy and chocolate as well. But we could do that. I feel so guilty because although I like playing rugby, I hate watching it. NFL is much more fun to watch. Much more fun to watch. And the uniforms, the whole gladiatorial aspect of it, the pomp and the grandeur. It's oh man. There's a reason why more and more Australians are watching the Super Bowl every year, every decade. So I love it. I think it's great.
We love watching rugby. We actually like it better than pro football.
The grass is always greener, huh?
Yeah, well, the wife was really sold when it was some European match, and I don't know if it was like that. They had the what sevens or eights, and then they had the full teams. No, but this one dude had his head split completely open.
Oh yeah.
They took him off the side of the field, duct tape,
Yeah.
duct tape, just duct tape his freaking head, and he went right back in. It's like, damn, how can you not love a sport when they just put duct tape? It's like a Southern redneck fix 'em up, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, Southerners. You fix everything with duct tape, you know?
Or I can't remember who the name of the Southern comedian was, but he actually ended up. I think he was from Georgia, and he ended up being a moderate character actor in films. But his line was "Get her done," and that's what he would say. Describe, like your car wraps around a telephone pole. You just like tie it up with fishing wire and roll it home. Get her done.
Well, we've used duct tape plenty of times on our vans and fix them ups and stuff like that. So, hey,
That's cool.
It holds. So, Masters is saying, "Hungry boy." So,
yeah, Masters is great. Master MMM, you're one of my favorite people to see in the chat, and he loves his comic book stuff and pop culture stuff as well. Yeah, he's a fab guy. Absolutely FAB fab.
Yeah. And he says, okay, football. I get it. No soccer. But if you think I'm lost now, check out the lineup of the Baltic Hurricanes Kiel 19. I see you there. Hey, but listen, my guest tomorrow night, Ms. Martin Muses, we may like soccer. We may hit some of the soccer tomorrow night. So, hey, be back for that tomorrow night. Yeah, because apparently there's a big development in the world of women's soccer for the U.S., and I will stop there for now. I'll tease that for another one.
Well, soccer is relatively big in Australia, relatively bigger than in America. And here it gets confusing because, see, if you're outside of America, it's referred to as football. And rugby is called footy. So we call rugby footy, like play the footy, toss the footy ball here. And it can be pretty rough, too. My dad played soccer. And in Australia, there's a lot of slide tackling. Where you sort of pretend to fall down and use the momentum to go right into the legs of the other guy. And when you got cleats on, that's not nice. That's not nice. And with footy, we got the three varieties of football. We got the rugby union, the rugby league, and then we've got Australian rules, otherwise known as Aussie rules. And that's just a bloody free-for-all, Australian rules. It's a mixture of rugby and an original first Australian.
I love Australian rules football.
It's maniacal. It is just insane. I mean, the jumping, the kicking, and it moves. It's so fast.
It's like Tackaloco. I don't know if you're familiar with Tackaloco. It's a game we played in America where we basically throw a football out there, and it's all no holds barred. Just everybody tackles the guy with the football.
Well, there was another unfortunate name, politically incorrect name for it in. Yeah, and I'm not going to say it because I actually don't like the name. But you know the name I'm talking about. It starts with smear and ends with a different word. But that was really fun, and that got played here in Australia too under a different name. I used to love that game, and when you would get 100 people on the grass playing that game, it was like something out of a barbarian film. It was great.
Oh, I know. It was great. As I got older, though, I kind of shied away from it. Like, it hurts to get tackled like that by some of these guys.
Well, I shied away from it because as I got older, by the time I was hitting about 14 or 15, I did not like causing harm to people. I started embracing my big inner pussycat, and it was, I did not like, because sometimes, if I'm not a big man, but I reached my maximum height early. Right. So I was like 5'9" when I was 14 years old. And that provided I have to say, an unfair advantage in that particular game that you're talking about. And if someone my size brought down a little guy, I started feeling real guilty about it, real guilty. If somebody got sprained ankles or if they busted up their elbow, I thought, oh no, I can't be part of this no more.
No, I got you.
But other games, like if it's a rugby field, though, I was fine with it, and I left a lot of blood on the field. That's just what happens, particularly when you're playing for your school.
Yep.
And the only thing I hated, though, that this is again like what I like about NFL better. I hate rugby jumpers. I don't like wearing the shorts. I don't like wearing the jumper. It's just basically a thin sweater. That's all it is. It's a thin, and it's coarse material. It's very uncomfortable.
Oh, really? I mean, jumpers. I thought you were talking about a player that actually jumps at first.
Oh,
I was took it literally. I took
we
it
should.
literally.
No, but that's true. In Australian rule, like Aussie rules football, I mean, there is so much jumping. Guys just leaping up 3 feet off the ground and catching it. But a jumper, yeah, a jumper is a light sweater in Australianese, a light
Okay.
sweater. So it's like put on a jumper when it gets cold, you know. Or the classic one, you would have remembered the sweater was the equivalent when you're growing up and there's not a lot of money and heat costs a lot of money. You're like, can we put on the heat, Dad? And like, no, put on a sweater.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. That would be really, really crazy. Well, hey folks, we still got 5 of y'all around. We haven't run everybody off. We're going to bring another guy in as we're going to keep back. I got some cool football stories, so stick with me, folks. We're going to make this interesting, and then we will get to breakfast cereals and stuff. We will make it not all sports ball, but I am honored to have the great Hungry on a sports ball show where we talked about sports. Folks, that my life is complete now.
That's
now,
the first time.
If I could just get our friend Raquel on, then I'd really I should get a Nobel Peace Prize. But hey, we're going to bring in an expert on sports here coming in, the man of the Big Ten League. Buddy, I know you're going to like this guy. Our source out of the Big Ten, the great JT Kirk.
I love JT.
JT, how are you tonight? Hell.
Good.
Dude,
and also, damn it, Mark.
Damn it, Mark. Yeah, damn it, Mark. Yeah, he's somewhere around it, somewhere on Tuesday. How are you tonight?
I am doing well, thank you. What is it, Monday? Or no, Tuesday.
Actually.
Tuesday. You know, all the work days are running together. But,
well, yeah.
August is here, and so football is right around the corner. So, you know, you start thinking, okay, it's still summer. You know, we're still deep into summer, but I got to start looking at all the rosters and figuring out what my team is in for this year. Figuring out, you know, who they're playing, what weeks. When the bye week is, how that's going to help or hurt. And yeah, I've got some work ahead.
No, I do too. Actually, I was telling everybody a minute ago that I'm planning for my SEC preview show in 2 weeks. And
oh, yeah.
The missus took it from me. She's like, here, took the book. She's doing all the graphic. I was like, let me work. Take it. Nope. So she's happily doing that. So I've completely outsourced it. And, you know, it's going to be first class with hers. I just got to, like you said, look at the rosters, pick the stuff now. But yeah, you know, I'm scared with my team. They're very young. I don't know if the coach can, if you listen to my shows last year, I'm not high on Billy Napier for the University of Florida. I actually have a very close person to me that is one of the scheduled guests that week, one of the weeks. And it'll be interesting to see how we do together because I might be too negative for them.
I'm going to be interested to see what you think about Florida because I was born in Florida and I have relatives down there, but my cousins went to Florida State. So for the longest time, my sister and I, by proxy, were Florida State fans. And then she married a Gator fan. So now she's like a Gator fan. And I'm like, well, that's a big switch right there. But, you know, so outside of saying go Gators, I don't really know a whole lot about their team this year. So
I don't, JT Kirk. I'll stop there. I don't. It's like, and I tell you, well, I'll stop because I got some outspoken comments, you know, about if you know if you watched me last year, I did not like Anthony Richardson. I mean, I don't understand how they take a guy 4th overall with a guy that could not even, I mean, when he threw Hail Marys, they went 20 yards into the past the goal. He hit the goal post on one Hail Mary. Then another Hail Mary at the end of the game, threw it out the side of the field 20 rows up, you know? It's like, oh my gosh.
Well, not to mix leagues, but you know, being a Lions fan, you've seen how many games where it hits off the goalpost and just makes that dong noise, and then they lose the game.
Yes.
I
Yes,
mean, it's like we live in the Matrix because that's too planned, you know.
exactly. Well, JT, what we're talking about a little bit before you came in was, we knew as of last week that UCLA, USC were joining the Big Ten. We had heard rumors about the Arizona schools and Utah going to the Big 12. We heard about some
Hmm.
rumors about Washington and Oregon joining the Big 10. Well, in the course of like 24, 48 hours, Washington and Oregon did go to the Big 10, and those three went to the Big 12, leaving four schools left: Washington State, Oregon State, Cal, and Stanford. As a Big 10 guy, what are your thoughts so far? Have you had a chance to digest? And do you think the Big 10 may take on Cal and Stanford if they have a chance?
Oh gosh, so yeah, that was a whirlwind 48 hours. I think
Mm-hmm.
last week's show was a great kind of predictive thing, putting our finger in the wind on that. However, I was saying at the time, no way for Washington and Oregon. I thought Big Ten wasn't going to be able to make the deal sweet enough for them. So that was interesting. And congrats or kudos to the folks in the Big Ten for being able to pull two big teams like that into the conference. I think the conference that all these schools are leaving is basically dead. I don't know how you survive with four teams unless you bring up a bunch of teams from smaller conferences that, one, are going to have nowhere near the same TV market for you. So the lower revenue, and two, the competition will be lower. So how do you make an argument to the committee that, hey, our conference is still strong enough to be justified as a power conference type thing and deserve a spot in the playoff? So, I think that's interesting that kind of, I guess, your West Coast is getting carved up like that. In terms of what it means for the Big Ten, I think we talked about this a little bit the other day, but just thinking on it more, it's definitely going to bring in more TV money. I don't know if it's going to be good for the fan or good for the players. And the reason I say that is kind of twofold. First, from the player standpoint, you have at least the illusion of academics, right? So how, if
I
you're
like
playing a
you
game,
use the word illusion,
well, so, just as a side note, I am an MSU alum, Michigan State. So my freshman year, I lived in the dormitory that was closest to the basketball facility and the football facility. So at that time, it wasn't uncommon for me to run into, at that time, not the best MSU coach in its history, John L. Smith, who I believe went to Arkansas. Yeah. He's got some SEC stuff after that. So I know you guys are familiar there. And then Tom Izzo, who's, of course, still there. And we'd see players, and they had their own private dining room in the dorm on another floor, so I knew kind of the level of extra help that these guys were getting in terms of, free tutoring and stuff like that was offered to them, which, okay, if you're not paying them and they're supposed to be getting an education, but you make all these other demands, fine, whatever. But a lot of their majors, some of them have real majors and some of them are, I have to have a major to go to the school so I can play football. And so we've kind of made something specially just for you that's not going to translate well into a job skill on the other side. I'll just put it that way. So, but that being said, you still have to play a Saturday game, which means the team has to travel at the latest on Friday if you're going to get one night there. And I know a lot of teams don't want to do that. So you're going to be leaving Thursday. Now, in the Big Ten, the teams still take buses. Okay, so if you're going from like Ann Arbor to East Lansing, obviously you're not going to hop on a plane. It's only an hour away. But you could even take a bus from, say, Ann Arbor down to Columbus, Ohio for a Michigan-Ohio State game, right? Like, logistically, it's just easier to take some tour buses and do it. Now you have to get on a plane. Which means being strategic about what you're packing, how, what kind of flight are you chartering. There's just, as a player, anytime you fly, or not even as a player, anytime you fly, you've got jet lag, all that kind of stuff. You see this with other sports, particularly in the NFL. Anytime you get teams in the NFC, which, I'm in NFC country, go out to
Right.
the West Coast, you play Arizona, you play, teams in California, you just don't do well. You just do not do well. And I know the NFL people don't have any type of restriction on travel like the college folk do.
Right.
So from a player standpoint, I just don't see it working out well for them now. As a fan, I think you get some positives and negatives. The positive is you'll probably start getting rid of some of these cupcake games where, you're playing Appalachian State or Ball State or
Wait, how can you say that about Appalachian State? They kicked the Blue House in the Big House. They kicked Big Blue.
Well, MSU's never had a problem with them. Ohio State's never had a problem with them. So I don't know. It must be the water over
Probably
there.
one of your happiest days when Appalachian State.
It was, but I'll save that story for another time. But
okay.
So you take a look at it as a fan. Okay, you're getting rid of some of these schools that are probably better for a lot of people for, an education, academics type standpoint, if you're also playing football, but they're not the power conferences. You'll get a couple of people here and there that go to the NFL. But other than that, I mean, these teams, you make no illusion, they don't have 100,000 seat stadiums. It might cost $5 to get in.
Right.
And they'll never sell out the stadium unless these Big Ten schools come in. So
right, I gotcha.
To transform the game, you'll get more conference games, which is great.
Yeah.
However, you're also going to beat up on each other a lot more. So
that's true.
Will the Big Ten have a team emerge like in Alabama that just seems to? Well, I won't go into some of their scheduling, but in Alabama or a Georgia or a Clemson,
that's
where they
always
get one loss at the most.
Well, that's what happens in the SEC. They talk about beating up on each other too. So it does take you kind of knock each other out of a chance of a national title. I know, especially Big Ten, that happens quite a bit. So and folks, we're right now on a little bit of sports ball, talking expansion and breaking news, but we're going to have some other topics. Hungry's come prepared too. And hello, Ava Charisma McFate. Good to see you tonight. Hey, good to see you. So now, JT, do you think that there's any what broke today? What was that? Well, actually, it came in yesterday that there's talk that the ACC, the Atlantic Coast Conference, may bring in Cal and Stanford. They're having discussions now to see if that's a possibility.
Oh boy. So it'd be the Atlantic Conference bringing in
West Coast teams.
West Coast teams.
Now, and Buddy, and I agree with what Buddy said would happen here. Probably the four that are left would probably be a merger. More than likely would be the Mountain West Conference, I would think. Because you got Boise State, San Diego State. You got some teams that you could make, but would it really still warrant that automatic berth like a Pac-10 has been earned over the years?
Yeah, moving them over to the ACC, you've got some good schools to match them with.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you've got your Clemson, your Florida State. Well, I guess Miami's going back a ways now.
Even SMU was thrown in that mix today. I'm like, that was weird. I know her, but here's the thing with that whole thing. It's not all sunshine and roses right now in the ACC. I'm going to bring this article that I was about to bring up here from the Tallahassee Democrat. The conference realignment rumors. FSU has been seriously considering leaving the ACC, and they're not the only one. From what I hear, there could be 5 to 7 teams that are not happy with the current revenue sharing deal in the conference. So that is actually causing some splits here. And I wonder if this article has it in it, but I know some of the board members, including a former player, was basically saying if the revenues don't get right, it's a matter of when, not if, they would leave the conference. So that's kind of one of the things of hearing ACC might expand when they've already got fissures in their in the midst. So basically, so the news for FSU, they said, was nothing new. The athletic director has voiced his frustrations with future revenue gaps that are going to be evident for the Seminoles against teams who reside in the Southeastern Conference of the Big Ten. So, and they've actually hired a consultant, J.P. Morgan Chase, to help them negotiate this stuff and do the research and all this other stuff that's with it. Does not sound like a conference that has its act together, does it?
So thoughts on this, if I may. One of the things that a lot of these teams have to think really carefully about when you leave a conference and you go to a different conference, you might get some additional money in the first few years, but you have to look at who you are in the existing conference. And a lot of your victories in your title berths, your playoffs, your bowl games, that type of thing, are based on, am I just rolling over everybody and we're still considered a power conference, right? Your Ohio State's kind of a thing where a lot of years they're not playing a lot of good Big Ten teams, but Big Ten is a power conference, and they get treated differently. When you're someone like Florida State, now I could be off on this, but outside of Clemson, when you're talking football, they're pretty much the top of the heap in this conference, right? I mean, well, you have Virginia, you have some other players that are good some years, but if you're at the top with Clemson and you leave, where will you go? And it's the article, I believe, mentioned the Big Ten and the SEC. Now, if you go in the SEC, you're trading like a number 2 spot in your conference to like an 8th or a 9th spot. I know that might make Florida State fans pretty upset, but it's a lot tougher competition, I think, in the top of the SEC. I know there's the bottom can be bad in any conference, but if you look at what happened in Nebraska, for instance. Nebraska left, what was it, the Big 12?
Yep.
And they went to the Big 10. Now, the first couple of years, everyone in the Big 10 was scared of them because of, the legend of Nebraska football and all of this. Well, 5 years in, nobody cared about playing them. And in fact, you didn't like to, because no one's going to travel to Nebraska for a football game.
Right.
Or out of Nebraska for a football game, unless you're playing Iowa, maybe. Right? Yeah. Like the distance is just too far. And their team has fallen apart for a decade, just about. Right? And so now you're this middling team in a bigger conference. And did you really make more money? Did you really help your brand out? See, I don't think Florida State leaving the ACC is going to help them.
One of the things that's holding them back, as this article has talked about, is that is the large exit fee. That equates to 3 times the revenue earned the year prior to departure. I've seen it at like $120 million, and what they call a grant of rights, that like media rights, that runs through 2036. So that's what they have to compensate for. What they said is the whole thing is with the J.P. Morgan Chase is explore how the athletic department can raise capital, such as private equity, according to multiple sources. And because basically they got to figure out a way to buy themselves out, and then you keep the fund and finance your operations going forward. The article said the school is considering a structure similar to many others of pro sports investments, where commercial rights are rolled into a new company. The private equity fund invests in that entity, then recoups its money via future media sponsorship revenue. That's how Silver Lake structured its investment into the New Zealand All Blacks rugby team, and how CVC organized its $2.2 billion Spanish soccer deal with La Liga. So, hey, that's when my brain starts going la 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 la, and
all I hear is I want more money, and I'm supposed to be a collegiate sport.
Exactly.
When I hear that, I know that they're not. And I know college sports has been more about money than it has been about anything else for a long time. I'm not naive, but
I know.
The real problem is you signed a contract. What was that, 2036?
Yep. The rights. Yep. That's a long way out.
That's your problem there. But
and they know it. Yeah, they know it. They've had lawyers work on that for at least a year, and you got a private equity firm. It's just crazy. So, but that's the latest in expansion news. So we've spent about an hour on sports ball. We still got 5 people here with us. I've joked to people, well, if your eyes are glazed over and you're sleeping, that's fine. We don't mind putting you to sleep and just chill on out to sleep. Hungry, you still with us? Because I got something for you, Hungry.
Oh, I'm still here. Yeah.
I got
Oh,
something for you. Yes. Go
Hey,
ahead.
hey, Hungry. Sorry, I apologize. I don't think I said hi to you when I joined the stream. I
Hey, no
apologize.
worries, man. Jump right in.
Good to see you.
Ready to go.
Good to see you. So, and hey, Lisa.
Oh, Lisa's here. Hey, Lisa. Yeah, it's so funny that the YouTube feed's ahead of the StreamYard. But hey, Lisa, welcome. All right. Hey, perfect time with Lisa here is Hungry. You know what Lisa specializes in? Food. Guess what? I'm going to bring food, Southern food with sports ball. How about that?
Perfect combo.
All right. We're done with the heavy duty business side of it.
Give me them biscuits. I
all
need
right.
them
Well,
biscuits.
this is what we're talking about here. I could not believe this when I was listening to Sports Animal out of Knoxville because they recruited a player out of Florida. They rated Florida for a player. And the article says the player, I don't know. I'll just show you all this damn headline. John Campbell Jr. explains how Waffle House played a factor in his recruitment to Tennessee.
Oh, I like Waffle House.
Exactly. He transferred from the University of Miami down in, which is in Coral Gables. I heard part of the interview. Apparently from where he's located, it's like 45 minutes to the nearest Waffle House. So basically, he said, I wasn't sure I liked Tennessee. I'm from Florida, coming from Tennessee, he said. I thought it was going to be flat land here. Like even when I was taking my visit, I don't know. See, it's a city. It looked cool. You feel me? The food good. Like they got a Waffle House. That's a place I like. At the U, there wasn't really no Waffle House. It was like 40 minutes away. No, I really like it here. So how about the power of the Waffle House?
Oh man.
I've been done with Mark streaming Fortnite or in his Sunday night shows before, and 2:00, the missus and I run to Waffle House. But look, this is how you recruit your great players.
I agree with that. I mean, it's you. Oh, hold on 1 second, please. 1 second. Yeah. Oh, I got someone at the door. Give me a moment.
Yeah, no problem. But JT, how about this for the latest in recruitment? It's just amazing to see.
I'm trying to find something nice to say about Waffle House.
Oh, come on. It's a Southern institution.
It is. Yes. I know. Although, when you're driving south, you've reached the south when you see your Waffle House.
Exactly.
Because they don't have them in the north. I mean, they might have one like near Bloomington, Indiana or something like that.
I saw one. We actually, on a Christmas morning, we went to one in Florence, Kentucky. And there was another one south of there on I-75. Now, I will say, they put money into a lot of the newer ones, made them nicer looking and newer. These were the ones, at least, this is probably about 5 to 7 years ago, though, so it's been a while. They were the rundown old ones. I mean, nothing to say Christmas spirit like that Christmas morning in the Waffle House where the workers were all fighting with each other over everybody's orders and stuff. It's like, damn Christmas spirit. It's like, it was, so it was interesting, I would say, to see where you can find Waffle Houses, but so they looked rougher up there. I would say I could understand being a little more suspect of them, but we got some good clean ones down here. But
this is the one that Tiger Woods like to go to.
Which one? The Waffle House? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that out when I get down. But hey, he added that his his go-to Waffle House, the All-Star Breakfast was his go-to Waffle House order, which is basically you get a waffle, eggs, grits, choice of bacon, sausage, you get toast, a whole bunch of stuff like that. Yeah, Buddy went to a couple Waffle Houses in Indianapolis, so
that's got to be at the end of their range. It's got to be.
It's got to be. Well, it probably is. So, like I said, Florence, Kentucky was as far north as I saw them. But there's a secret menu item called the waffle sandwich. I'm going to have to go to our waffle. Damn it, Mark. I might have to get the missus and see if we can go find that tonight. If I'm not playing Fortnite in a little bit. But the secret menu is basically what they call a waffle sandwich, and I believe what that is entailed. It doesn't say it in here, but it's where you take all your proteins and put it inside the waffle. I think they may add eggs and something else into it, but it's a combination of stuff, you know. So
Must take a while to cook, unless you cook all the meat first.
Apologies, guys. My groceries just arrived. I got to put the perishables in the fridge. That's why.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Do what you got to do. So
talking about Waffle Hut, and I got eggs, and I'm going to be making some kick-ass scrambled eggs tonight.
Go for it.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Breakfast for dinner rocks. I love that.
But were you able to see the story though, Hungry Boy?
No, I was at the door talking to my delivery guy.
Okay.
You got to be nice to your delivery people, or you're screwed.
No, Lisa had to leave to go. She needs to eat. So,
bye, Lisa. Bye.
Well, I think she's loitering. But hey, this is what the article was, Hungry Boy. This recruit, he transferred from the University of Miami in Florida to Tennessee, and one of the selling points was that they had a Waffle House nearby.
I relate. I think he's a smart man.
He said Miami, it was like 40 minutes away. So it's like, now it's a lot closer here. So, and there's some, I was trying to look at it to see, there's a secret menu item, Waffle House sandwich. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, what? Oh gosh. Yep. I know that people don't like Tic Tac. So,
Tic Tac.
Yeah. But there is a secret menu options. So
while you're finding that,
it appears to be a cheesesteak with bacon and 2 waffles in place of bread.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a chicken and waffles, but an alternate meat.
Yeah, I'm not going to play the TikTok video, but it's like well, I guess I'm playing it, but I didn't mean to. But basically, it's like I said, it appears to be a cheesesteak with bacon on 2 waffles in place of the bread. So a lot of protein.
Yeah.
So if you like your protein, that's it. That's so funny.
I wish that was available after I suffered through seeing The Village in the theater. Yep. And that's what it said. It's a bacon Texas cheesesteak melt with 2 waffles instead of the Texas toast. So, hey, how about that? Well, I'm glad Clobby's not here, because Clobby gets pissed off when he sees things he wants to eat, but he can't eat, you know. And,
well, I know that one time we had dinner with him, he was like trying to resist that Krispy Kreme bread pudding, but he couldn't. That thing was so damn good looking. There's nobody could resist the power of that.
Well, I mean, the thing is, even as we get older and we get fatter and we got to look after our health. I mean, the thing is, with someone like Clobby, you want him to enjoy something like that at least once a year. Once a year is not going to kill you.
Yeah.
And the man deserves some treats. You know, he deserves some treats.
Exactly. And he did that night, and we had fun with him. I'm going to see if I can pull something up real quick. Nope, the missus has it on hers.
Clobby probably needed that food you just showed after seeing that musical Strange New Worlds crap. I mean,
oh my God. I felt bad. I was on the show the other night, but I felt bad. I mean, and we can transition into that right now, because thank you for letting me talk some sports ball, but I really felt bad. I felt nauseated. I mean, I saw the video of it. I kept repeating myself on Mark's show that night. I'm stunned with, you just took, okay, maybe some aliens, fine, but you took Klingon warriors.
Yep.
Of all the characters to not do that, I mean, you really made it's like worse than what they've done with Thor, when they made Thor too fat, too funny. It was like, it's one thing to do it, like if you had her and some of the, like the lower deck guys coming in, you know, but to do that with the Klingon warriors, just kind of, I'm used to stormtroopers dancing. That's fine. But anyway.
Is it though? I I don't even like that.
Well, I've seen them. I've seen them at Star Wars weekends at Disney, so I've seen it
Mhm.
before. It can happen, and that's kind of like a party happy situation. But how bad was that scene to you guys?
I'll be honest. I mean, the first I couldn't actually watch the episode. I've seen the people covering the whole thing, right? So I've been watching the people critiquing it and rightfully eviscerating it. But the thing that went through my head was, my God, this is like what would have happened 10 years ago if they had Batman on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
You know, it just it's absolutely terrible. And looking at the actual dance movements,
Mhm.
because one of my exes was a professional dancer. Looking at the actual dance movements that the Klingons were doing, they were cheap, they were tawdry, and they were very, very, shall we say, non-masculine. Because you can have incredibly masculine dancing. You look at the stuff from the Maori from New Zealand and the way they
Oh,
dance. I mean,
sure. Hmm.
that's dancing and it's rhythm and it's beautiful, but man, it is intimidating. It is
Mhm.
intimidating, and that's the way Klingons should dance. They shouldn't be looking like some like on the cutting room floor episode of Soul Train from 1978. You know, just not right, not right, not fair.
Now,
So
in Deadman, I don't know how much Deep Space Nine you've watched or Next Gen, but there are so many references, particularly around Worf,
yeah,
um, about Klingon opera, and they play. I mean, it's obviously humans singing it, and they're just calling it Klingon opera, but you have all kinds of music for Klingons. Not to mention, you have all kinds of, I won't call them dirges, but they're chants. They're, it's music when they're going into battle, and then when in episode in season 7 of Deep Space Nine, uh, Kor Dahar Master, who is a famous character from TOS, all this kind of this and that, he dies in a battle where he sacrifices himself so that way the rest of the crew could get away against the Dominion. Okay, and
Mhm.
they sing like a farewell, like funeral kind of memory kind of song.
yeah.
So you have all this different kind of Klingon music, and yet you choose K-pop. Now, I'm not a pop artist, but I am a musician. Okay,
Mhm.
and I have played in musicals in the pit orchestra and stuff. Nothing big or anything like that. We're talking like school productions and things, but I like musicals. Okay, I like a lot of different kinds of art, but just in
Yeah.
this one particular scene, you couldn't pick real Klingon music for. I know this isn't real Star Trek, but maybe you could have gone back to real Star Trek for 10 seconds and found something that actually would have been real Klingon like,
Great,
Mhm.
and you
great
might
point.
have gotten a chuckle off of it. Maybe. I mean, depends how you wanted to play it. But I love Hungry Boy's input on that. The dancing, I'm not an expert at, but I didn't like it, and now I kind of
Yeah.
know why.
It
Also, the
was
shot.
it was anthropologically incorrect. And the thing with science
Mhm.
fiction is you don't have to be anthropologically correct, but if you add the correct anthropology to it, it makes the story so much richer in subtext without having to hit something on the nose with a piece of dialogue. You know,
Mhm.
like instead of a Klingon saying, "I am a warrior, I am terrified of dying and cowardice," you simply have them at a moment of strife touching that traditional Klingon dagger that they generally have at their side. And just,
Mhm.
that's the way subtext works, visual subtext. You just have the thumb moving on that dagger. And it's not about, oh, I'm going to pull out this dagger and kill someone. It's I'm getting in touch with my ancestors because, as we know, the Klingons, aside from TOS, when they were really the Ottoman Empire, they got recreated in TNG, recreated in the movies. They're very big on ancestor worship. Very big in ancestor worship, and they venerate the spirits of those who came before them, and they are never ever silly and flippant. So you can have a movement that visually implies silliness and flippancy, and when you add that to a musical, because I will tell you this, JT, I'm a big
Mhm.
fan of musicals too, and a lot of people like Clubby are like, what? Because I grew up with Jesus Christ Superstar and Godspell and Rocky Horror,
Yep.
and I love that. And even oh God, what was the one with Paris Hilton? Um, the, uh,
Oh.
the genetic opera, Repo, the genetic opera. There's
Mhm.
actually great music in that, but it's a very dark world and a very hammering upon your life world. And so the music was very dark and hammering upon your life. Make the music fit the story, make the dancing fit the people. It's not too much to ask. But apparently, having anyone um, rise to the occasion in current pop culture is too much to ask. It's like all these helicopter kids became screenwriters. What the hell?
Oh yeah, definitely. And when you play K-pop, you're supposed to be this adversary. Oh,
Mhm.
come on. You just totally destroyed it. The one last thing I want to say about, well, two last things about that scene that I thought were terrible. One, you have this crew member who is supposed to be, a Starfleet military or exploration organization. This isn't real
Mhm.
Star Trek, so I don't care about which side anyone comes down on that. But you're bobbing
Yeah.
your head along to the music.
Ah,
Okay, that's dumb. Two, the set must have been about 10 feet high and had only three props because the bridge screen like cut the dude's head off in the front. Like you couldn't even see
Wow.
the full like people
Yeah.
acting. I'm like, what are you hiding? Like,
yeah.
are we going to see the strings if you had zoomed out just a little bit?
Good point.
Anyway, I thought it was cheap. I thought it was really cheap.
And also, JT, I'll apologize if I sound a little punchy. I've been up for 22 hours because of damn insomnia. So I get a little punchy from lack of sleep. So I'm going to apologize to everyone in advance, okay? If I get a little spicy, if I get a little off the cuff, that's what happens when, the melatonin ain't working right.
What do you think I have you, hungry boy? I love the spicy. Spicier the better. We're gonna I talk about freaking spicy. Friday night will be spicier than hell. The hottest peppers that you can have. We will be pillaging the village. The missus will take. She'll be our serving wench while Hungry and I are the warriors burning the village down. How about that?
I'll go one step further. I think the missus is going to be the Valkyrie in our Valhalla. If
Ooh,
you know.
yes.
Ooh, there you go.
There you go. That
I
that
love the missus. The missus got some spicy takes on occasion, especially when you guys were on your travels. Oh,
uh-huh.
I was laughing. I was laughing my booty off when she was talking about some of those nasty NCIS and CSI moments at the motels.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh.
I mean, what did we walk into here? You know what I mean?
I will tell you though, it I got it. Yeah, it's too funny the what she's done before. It's I can't, like I said earlier, I can't do it without her because tonight she's taken over doing all the graphics on that stream for the the uh, football coming up, and I'm just like, Mrs., let me try to do it. Let me help you, because she does so much, and it takes so much time with this stuff. But she took it over and said no. She enjoyed working on it. So, but
Hey, it's an
but
art
yeah.
form.
Oh, I know. See, Stunning and Brave will remember this because before we went on that trip, we did a test. We did a test drive stream to a Bucky's. And some dingbat went from my left, came right around in front of me, and pulled in front of a parking lot that I wanted a parking spot I wanted to take, right in front of the store. And you heard the missus fly out. I think there was an expletive or two, and you saw her. I think, Stunning, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was the International Fingers of Friendship came out.
Uh,
It's like, whoa. So yes, you're right. It can happen. She reserves it for those important moments when it's really, really, really deserved, and you're sitting there like, what the heck? So
No, I
See,
respect that because when somebody
to the galactic overlords, this is not a true statement. This is farce and exaggeration. But it was kind of like she was not happy. Let's put it that way.
when somebody rarely cusses, it becomes a beautiful moment when they cut loose, and that's when you know somebody done wrong. Somebody done serious wrong. And I love, like, my grandfather would almost never curse, but when he did, oh, look out. And Clubby's got a swear jar. He almost never curses on his show.
Yeah,
Almost
I know
never.
he does.
But he had a couple of bleeps in discussion about recent Star Trek and of course Secret Invasion. Oh dear God! I'm never.
Well, we can talk about a little bit of that if y'all would like to. People in the chat. I mean, we will get the breakfast cereals, folks, because we barely touched on that at 6:00 the other morning when we were running down on Steam. But let's.
And candy. We need to talk about candy at some point too. You're like
What?
you're.
Buddy brought it up again. Buddy was the stream. We were in South Dakota, out the Badlands. The family packed at the gas pump and went to walk the dog and go inside the shop, boy. And they had not even pumped the damn gas.
Oh God!
They went, and then they come back out to then pump the gas.
Oh my God! They must have been from California. Oh,
Well, all I know was those pumps, for some reason, were the slowest ass in the world. It was like 1, 2, 3.
They probably needed to clean their filter. If they don't clean the filter, then it's like trying to get everything through a straw.
They were the slowest pumps I'd ever seen. I was worried about getting air or I don't know, whatever happened. But yeah, the missus will let you know. Mrs. is laid back and she's very tolerant of people, but that was one. I was kind of quiet there because I'm like, okay, those gastards.
Whenever I hear somebody say breakfast cereals like you did, Dad Man, it makes me think of the Monty Python line with the holy hand grenade, where they bless it, and the people did feast on the lambs and the sloths and the carp and the anchovies, and then at some point they say the breakfast cereals.
Yes.
Anyway.
The breakfast cereals. Yes, I remember that too.
That's a hilarious film. But the interesting thing about breakfast cereals, and we'll put a pin in it after I say this until we move on a couple of topics and go into it later like Dad Man wants. But the thing I like about breakfast cereals has something similar to the NFL, where they were like competing teams. They had their uniforms, they had their mascots, they had their colors, and they were owned by corporate interests. And so, I remember as kids, because we had our own lame-ass breakfast cereals here in Australia. You Americans, you Yanks, you had the best breakfast cereals. You had shining examples of corporate sugar. And it was just amazing. It was amazing. And I go on to Google and I find the old box art, because the box art used to be so fab. And I save those JPEGs. And it's just, commerce can be art. And this is something that, again, going back to Star Trek, going back to Star Wars, going back to comic books, going back to Marvel, there is nothing wrong in making money for doing something well and telling a story better. Nothing wrong.
No, absolutely not.
I mean,
I like to think of those companies too, like General Mills was kind of like your Marvel, and Kellogg was kind of like DC with their competing. Well, and then Post, I guess, would be like IDW maybe. I don't know.
All I remember Post was Raisin Bran, right? Or did they have other stuff?
Also, Grape Nuts, Post Grape Nuts.
Okay.
Which was terrible. That was like the worst goddamn cereal ever made. You could pay.
Post seemed like it had all the old people cereal, right?
Post also had the Flintstones cereal.
Okay. They had some.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Post was Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles, if I remember correctly.
Cocoa.
Barney and Bam Bam had their own as well.
And the ads for the cereals, the ads were actually. Let's go on to another topic, because Dad Man wanted to talk about this later. So what do you want to talk about, Dad Man?
No. It seemed to make a natural. We can go ahead and go with this now. I don't remember where I was going. I was actually talking more about the missus and what she was doing. So we can go ahead and
talk about the missus. I'm a huge fan, dude. I am the male cheerleader for Mrs. Dad Man.
Oh. Hold on 1 second.
I got my pom-poms ready.
Hold on 1 second. This is the thing with live broadcasting. Hey, Mrs. Angry Boy says he's your male cheerleader. Hey, yay, thank you. I don't know if you heard that. So,
Did she laugh?
yes, she said, yay, thank you, though, too.
Good.
All
Good.
right. So, hey, that's a good thing with a house that's not even 1,000 square feet. It's like everything. You ought to hear when Ang starts streaming over there, and it's like, damn, it's like in the next room over. But hey,
Yeah.
it's a family affair with all streaming. Even if you be on 3 different streams, even if not your own, but it's all good.
Oh, you got to have her have the dad child walking 55 name on the stream. So that.
Oh gosh. Well, I would do it, but this kid got established as Anglo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And once it's established, it's got to. Well, it's kind of like it's funny. Our real names all have the same first letter, the 3 of us, but the oldest child has a different letter. It's like we interesting do, and this. It's like, hey, that's kind of crazy how that happened.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! But okay, so we're talking about the types of cereals, right?
Well, we were, but just very quickly, out of respect to the Dadman clan.
Yeah. Okay.
So, is Ang short for Anglo, or is Anglo a nickname and Ang is the real name?
It's all fake. It's like Ang is the short of Anglo.
Okay.
So, but yeah, the kid came up with it a long time ago, and really is just amazing. The kid managed to get. It's easy to get monetized over on Twitch. You don't need as many, but she got an affiliate and all this other stuff. I'm like, kids like, I need my social security number. Why? Well, for $10.99. I'm like, what? What do you do? And then we found out had I built, and now the kids got over 1,200 followers on Twitch.
Oh, that's magnificent. I love
By
that.
on their own, connected, did things, and grew that big over on that side. And just amazing.
There was one time. I don't know if you were saying this in typing it in a chat stream, or you were saying it on Sunday Night Geekery, but I seem to recall you saying something as a proud papa, which I respect. I was like, oh, I didn't even know my kid was on Twitch, and suddenly she's making money on it.
Exactly. All right, hungry boy, here you go.
Hello, Mrs. Oh, great to see you. Oh, I love her icon too. I really love her avatar.
That's another one Ang made.
Oh, good for you, Ang. Good for you. Good for you. And Lisa's still here. Oh,
yes, Lisa had to get food, but let me do this real quick. Here. There you go. Now, I don't wear it as well as she does, obviously, but that's how nice the avatar is there. Yes.
Oh, this is wonderful. This is a really heartwarming stream. I'm glad we're doing this.
I am too. I mean, some of these are just improv. I got about an hour of football in. That was kind of cool too.
And the only reason I was actually muted was I didn't want to make accidental sounds to disrupt the flow of you and JT, because I was really enjoying listening to what you guys said, because I have to catch up on the American side of things,
Right.
And like I'll be honest, talking about cricket is just boring as batshit to me. I hate that game. I'm so glad Americans invented baseball. And
right.
I will be pilloried for that, saying that in this country. But we've got the Ashes, etc. But when you look at American sports and the pomp and the pageantry of it, and the way it brings people together, and the way it gets people into the stadiums, there's something just wonderful and almost I dare say culturally spiritual about it. And I really enjoy that. Whereas with us in Australia, it's kind of like, I don't want to get in trouble here, but it's kind of like 10,000 strong caveman clans coming together and going against the other clan. You know what I mean? It doesn't have the same vibe as sports in the United States at all. So I really appreciate the stuff that you and JT were discussing. And there's
Well,
so much, I mean, the math and the logistics. There's so many numbers involved in American sports.
We didn't even scratch the surface. If you want to go deep into stats, you're going to lose me real quick. Because there are guys out there that'll argue about different players, and they know like like these radio folks that are out there. You can tell they're not even like looking it up on the fly because they're just getting passionate and yelling about something. And it's like, how do you know? How do you know all of these stats about these individual players?
Yeah,
it gets nuts.
And that's why I keep saying to everybody, with my head up against the wall, we talk about nerdoms, geeks, all this stuff. You can do that with sports ball if you just find the right areas to do it. The statistics by themselves, I mean, there are so many more stats than there used to be and stuff. And like JT said, the recall and all the obsession of it, I mean, reminds me of some of those comic book collectors or those people that follow certain franchises and stuff because they become rabid with some of the stats, some of the numbers.
Like me.
Yeah, and it's just, you can do it. That's my goal. Dad Man's trying to reach out to show people, don't be afraid of sports ball like this. I'm going to throw a poll question out because I want to run a couple different polls in the time we go. Because we need to, we can still hit the surface. We just barely scratched the surface too on the cereals. I'm going to put a poll out here with, I'm going to try to keep cereals somewhat close in the way. I'll do the best I can with it. In this case, which cereal do you prefer the most? I'll keep it open about 10 minutes or 15 minutes.
Nice.
We'll see. Which cereal do you prefer the most? Apple Jacks, Fruit Loops, Captain Crunch, or Fruity Pebbles?
I'll let JT handle that one first.
So I'm going to put
Well,
it in.
see, I'm a millennial, so technically I've never eaten a bowl of cereal according to the internet. But let's see. That is real tough. I love Fruit Loops and I love Captain Crunch. The way I'm trying to figure this out is, if you're traveling, a lot of times hotels, they don't do it so much anymore. They used to give you like the little single serving boxes.
Yep.
And, you had to figure out which one you wanted. And of course, your parents are trying to take the most sugary ones away from you because you're going to get in a car for 9 hours and they don't want you bouncing around everywhere in the back, right?
No.
Not that we've ever done that on this show, right? But
No.
gosh, if I'm looking at those two boxes and
Squirrel, what?
I'm going to have to go with probably Captain Crunch, the cinnamon. I love cinnamon stuff. And the texture of Captain Crunch, I think, stays a little bit better. The thing with Fruit Loops is, they're delicious too, but they tend to get soggy a little quicker.
Yeah. Well, folks, I'm going to throw another poll. Like I said, if y'all get the votes in and we sort of slow down, I'll go ahead and close it and I'll run another poll because I know. Let's see. Buddy said Frosted Flakes. Stunning says enter John O's, the greatest cereal Cybertron. And that's what I'm talking about. And Buddy mixes Apple Jacks and Fruit Loops and even tries a snack.
There you go.
Hey. Well, I will tell you, folks, I'm curious to see what you'll do. I do have one, but I want to backtrack just a hair on about the geekeriness of sports and see, like Buddy said, if you do a fantasy league, you'll learn those stats quickly and you become obsessed with those numbers. I mean, like some of the people's knowledge of comics and movies and other stuff, that really happens. And Mrs. says, especially when you get tailgating involved, the communities are formed through sports. Exactly.
Yes.
Go to a tailgate, go to a football game, everybody sit in the parking lot, throwing the football around and having whatever food they have out there. Those are great moments with sports.
Now, Hungry, a question for you on this. You may know, in the U.S., obviously, collegiate sports are huge for football and basketball, right? I mean, that's where you get a lot of the tailgating and, you get your classmates. And so you end up getting families and your classmates introduced, and you can get a long lineage of relationships created that way for both sports. A little more I'll say a lot more for football than basketball. But is there a similar tradition for universities in Australia?
No, a lot of my fellow koalas and wombats will disagree with me on this one, but I would say no. Generally speaking, when it comes to sports in Australia, we are even the English think we are more sports crazy than Americans, and I would have to
Oh,
agree with
really?
that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So the thing with sports in Australia is ever since the late 1960s, uh, there was almost, I hate to say it this way, a separation of church and state, to use an American term, where
Hmm.
it was looked at a profession. It was looked at a way to get out of academics. It was a way to start your career. It was a way to start being a star without having to deal with university and college. And yes, we do have our college teams, but we almost never speak of them. We are very regional and city based, so, and suburb based. So you have several different teams for Sydney, the city of Sydney alone. You have a lot more teams in Melbourne and Victoria, and it's really based around the region. It's really based around who lives where. And is this your caveman champion fighting for you? Yeah, from your own patch of soil, your own patch of earth.
Hmm.
So we are a very, very organic society. We're a very biological society, even though we have a lot of the most stupid rules and more red tape involved in our societies than America does. But when it comes to sport, I can tell you, any time that people want to be totalitarian and Orwellian and 1984 and try to take over Australia, the one mistake they will make is trying to take sport away from the people here, because that is when it's going to be 1776 America style.
Yeah.
That, that's when the Boston Tea Party is going to happen, but it's going to be a lot more nasty than the Boston Tea Party. And it's, you try to take away sports in Australia. I swear to God, we had gun prohibition going back to the
The
early 90s.
90s, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, probably a lot more firearms are going to come out of the woodwork if they try to take sports out.
Well, and see, I think that might be see, it's tough to know, right? Because Europe seems a lot closer to what you're describing in Australia than it is in the US in a lot of ways. Because collegiate teams, yeah, you do get most folks from your own state, your
Yeah,
local region that would go to that university, but you do get a lot of people that travel around and go to all different places.
yes,
Um, the closest thing I would say is, your professional sports for folks that didn't continue on in academics, those have a wider appeal, but um, people from different regions root for those other teams. I don't know how many people from gosh, I don't even know, somebody not from Manchester, right? Someone in
yeah.
Milan rooting for Man U or Man City. Like I just, you don't see it, and it's really curious why. Like if I asked Dadman, what are your NFL teams? I could honestly have no idea.
No.
Um, he could say the Raiders, he could say the Giants, and that's his team. Um,
Well,
whatever it
here,
may be. And you just, from what you're describing, I just don't hear that, which is fascinating.
well, I'm glad, because I prefer things to be different but equal, and this is why I do not like the homogenation of societies that is being presented in sci-fi right now, where we've all got to be the same and all on this little spectrum, this little band. One of the things I love about the United States, and I've had to explain to my fellow Aussies, is that the United States is like Europe, except that the states of the countries only smaller. And there's so many different aspects of culture and so many different aspects of lingo and parlance, and so many differences in the food structure, the recipe structure, that it's very much like you have Hungary, which is next door to what used to be called Yugoslavia, which is 5 countries. But Serbia and Croatia and Macedonia, and it's not Macedonia, it's Macedonia. The structures and the cultural precepts and the way people walk through their life are so different, and that's like us in Australia, except we have these huge states I mean, we are 2/3 the size of the United States. We've only divided things up into sevenths, and one of those sevenths is pretty small. So we basically have these huge territories, but we have towns and we have cities. So you'll have somebody who follows the Parramatta Eels, which is a horrible fucking name, pardon me for that was a bloody stupid name. But somebody from the Parramatta Eels supporting the Eels when we have our national playoffs, they will travel 900 miles to see that being played out in Victoria, outside their own state. They will go out of state to see these people, and then you have other teams like my grandfather played professionally in the 40s, so he played for Eastern Suburbs, and those are the Roosters, and the Roosters almost always lose, and that bloody kills me because they used to win when my grandfather played for them before the Second World War. But the thing is, you'll have people for the Roosters, going north 500 miles to see them play against people in Queensland, and it's really almost a family affair. Do you know what I mean, JT?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's funny you call them the Roosters because in the U.S. it must be a Southern thing. They call the teams the Gamecocks.
And, South Carolina.
Yeah, I looked at South Carolina
and Jacksonville State are also. Yeah.
And then everybody in South Carolina, I was like, beautiful school, but everybody's saying "Go Cox," and it just,
cocky.
As an 18-year-old, you don't. You don't.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. But also, cocky is their mascot.
And I love that. I love the fact that different countries and different areas will say cock or rooster, depending, right? On where you're coming from. And in Australia, if you're looking at a chicken that is meant for eating, that is designed for laying eggs and eating and not being a rooster, then it's a chook. That's our slang for chicken, chook. So here, chooky, chooky, chooky. Here, chooky, chooky, chooky.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
But I also, just before we keep going, Mrs. Dadman is so funny, and God, she's a delight in my life. And she said, Fruit Loops lies to you. You would think different color, different flavor, but no, all one flavor. And you are correct, madam. You are correct. And me, I mean, I'm a chocolate person. I love chocolate. The deeper and the darker the chocolate, the better. So I was a Crazy Cow kind of guy and a Cocoa Puffs kind of guy. So
you know what? We have really wrecked the stream already. We are really all over the place, train wreck. Squirrel and all. Somebody needs to vote. Go get your friends drunks. We need more people in here. We got 6 votes still.
It's only a Tuesday. Yeah, it's only Tuesday. I don't know how many of my friends are drinking on a Tuesday night.
Share it out. Get everybody in here. We need votes because I've got to go this avenue. Is he cockeyed? Hey, guess what, folks? Guess what, though? We're taking a detour. We will get back to breakfast cereals, folks, as promised. But hey, listen.
Yeah.
Cockies weigh in on their experience. You have South Carolina's mascot, Cocky, turns 40. Former Cockies weigh in on their experiences. How about that for a headline?
See, this is another thing about American sports.
Let me say, Lemon Pie says Captain Crunch in hell, small town republic. Yeah. An Auburn fan down there.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Hey, guys, if we can break the tie, I will put Rice Krispies and others in a little bit. 10 people are watching us now. Damn it. Good job. Damn it, Mark.
This is the other great thing about American sports that Australia had to catch up on. And it took us 80 years to catch up with Americans. You have mascots. Mascots are important.
Oh, yeah.
That's art.
You should tell that to the University of Michigan.
What is their mascot? I mean,
they don't have one. Well, see, they're the Wolverines, and Wolverines, I believe, are a form of rodentia. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So hey, but yeah, Cocky debuted 40 years ago in 1980 in a homecoming game against Cincinnati. So It was originally introduced. Cocky was booed off the field by students and fans who thought he was not dignified enough. So
What?
What?
What do they mean not dignified enough? Where's the context for this?
Well, it's probably about that time the good Southern stuff. Southern area, you didn't go with innuendo and stuff like that, so they probably booed him for that. And hello, Padawannabe. Hey, good to see you. All right, yeah, makes you. Oh gosh.
It's so true.
Oh God, Buddy Hepburn says Harbaugh's khaki pants are Michigan's mascot.
Oh, jeez. It's true.
Oh, gosh.
Now, Dad, man, if you could show for Hungry a picture of Sparty.
Okay, well, let me see. Well, there's Cocky right there, so
yeah,
we will go Sparty. Let me get Sparty. Let's see. Let me do it this way. I'm going to try it this way. So, folks, hey, we will talk breakfast cereals. So, we are doing that too. We're just obviously. What the heck, Mrs.? No, it's a puppet guy. Oops, there. Yeah, there. Did you see that one?
There. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, oh wow. I guess they are razor blades then. So hey.
Lisa is correct, and yeah, I mean, when I went over to America, when I was young, Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries was still a huge thing, and people said, "Oh, you need a sugar boost to get to your deadlines for comic books? Try this." Okay, and so I tried Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries. I got addicted to it, but I had so many cuts in the roof of my mouth. So many cuts.
All right, here we go, Sparty.
There we go.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, dude is jacked. He obviously never leaves the gym. One of the most iconic college mascots out there.
Yeah.
So.
Make sure you vote in the poll. I'm going to close it in about 10 seconds. So, oh my God, no! Damn it, y'all are supposed to vote. We got a 3-way tie now.
I'm loving it.
At least I'm remembering the poll tonight. Usually I leave my poll out overnight. So, hey, I never close it. But, okay, well, we'll leave it open because I want to get to the next round of cereals. But, yeah.
Oh, no, the most disgraceful mascot. Look up Bucky. I got to be real careful I don't swear on this one. Bucky the Buckeye.
Or is it Brutus or Bucky?
Or Brutus, I think. Yeah, Brutus.
All right, well, let's see.
Now, that last one, Hungry, you saw, a Spartan. He's like 12 feet tall, imposing. Ooh. Now look at this. Now, when you see this,
oh no,
it's a Buckeye. It's a nut, right?
It's a Buckeye nut. Something that falls off a tree. I mean, I guess you could throw it at somebody. Maybe then it would be intimidating. I don't know.
That is messed up. I don't.
This low effort.
Okay.
I won't attack the state of Ohio. I'll just say it's low effort.
All right. But, the poll is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because I want to go with another poll. We're going to end the poll, folks, and we're going to keep.
God, Captain Crunch won.
Yay! Captain Crunch 37%. Apple Jacks, Fruit Loops tied at 25. Fruity Pebbles at 12% with 8 votes. So hey. All righty. So Crunch wins. Wow. All right. So now the thing is, do you like Crunch or Crunch Berry? All right. So which we'll go with another one, and we'll get back on my mascots. Let's see what. Okay. Let's see. We had Rice Krispies. Somebody said. I'm trying to get. Let's see. Would Raisin Bran be comparable? I mean, it's
to.
I'm trying to get.
You got like Count Chocula.
Wait a second. Here's what we're going to do while we think on that. No, we're going to do this. Okay. Captain Crunch wins. Okay. Let's see. We're going to do regular Captain Crunch. We're going to do Crunch Berries.
Mm.
And I saw somebody put out, was it a peanut butter what was that in the poll?
There's a peanut butter Captain Crunch out there too, according to Lemon Pie.
For a year and a half, there was a chocolate Captain Crunch variety as well.
I don't see that working as well.
I think it probably sucked. I never tried it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll go with these three. Okay, there's your next poll. Since Captain Crunch won, which do you prefer? Regular Captain Crunch, Crunch Berries, or peanut butter Captain Crunch? So, hey, vote on that, and we're going to have fun with this. So, thank you for breaking that tie. And I just thought, this is so good with all our innuendo and fun night. So, hairless nut. Yeah, exactly.
I have to say, looking at this is
oh, my missus, stop that.
Mrs. Oh, God. Oh, dear. I'm happy I'm standing up.
Do we have to wrench another wrench? I mean, I don't know.
You can't do it, though. That's what's impossible. We've had that happen before. You can't wrench a wrench. It's hilarious.
Dad Man's going to get this joke, and JT might not. He might not, because, and by the way, you're Gen Y. You're not millennial, okay? Just like you're Gen X. There are Gen X, and then there are slackers, okay? So you're Gen Y. You're the good variety of your generation. But
thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah, buddy, absolutely. The thing is, with that last mascot, I just want to see, and Dad Man will know what I'm talking about. I want to see the Banana Splits tackle him and just beat the hell out of him.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Well, look at these different cereals here. We got some right here. We might throw some Count
Chocula was great. Frankenberry was great.
Blueberry. And wasn't there another one? I thought there was a fourth one that.
Oh, the fourth one came later.
Well, they also make a Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but I think that's a different manufacturer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree. Not the generic, the real thing. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had weird stuff like Cookie Crisp.
Yeah. Oh, God. Fruity Pebbles to make marshmallow treats. Yes, those things, you're buying those. We got 10 people with us tonight. We're all over the damn place with this.
That's a great idea, Mrs. Dadman. That's really cool. Yeah. I never thought about that.
Well, you can actually buy them like that, too. They had the bars in the store, but if you can make your own, it's even better. I know the missus used to make her own Rice Krispie treats. So, But here, I got to be a little homer here. Albert and Alberta Alligator, the Gators.
I like that.
Go Gators.
Go Gators. Go Gators. Of course, there's a famous video of a congresswoman saying go Gators. Well, it's not go Gators, but hey. Go Gator. Go Gators. I'm sorry, I better watch it before I get blown up. But hey, small town republic here is Auburn's mascot. Aubrey has won a record 10 national championships. And here we go.
Was that the War Eagle?
Oh, shoot. No. That's my only thing with I love my Auburn friends out there, and I've got several that are coming on the show with me this year, including Small Town Republic. But what's a mascot? Is it a Tigers, the War Eagles, the Plainsmen? What is it? Because they actually are also called the Plainsmen, too. So
This is cracking me up. Oh, my God.
What the hell is she doing now? Mrs. You're gonna have to end up coming on the stream with us too. So, Gator Chomp.
I have to ask the missus. I mean, and you, Dadman. When you watched the Banana Splits, did you not think, "Oh, I want to be at that amusement park"? You know, when they did the credit scene and they were having fun at the amusement park, I thought, "I want to be at that amusement park."
Honestly, though, I did not get into the Banana Splits.
Ooh, okay.
I think it was a little bit before me, I believe. So, no, I do not want to bring up the LSU Tiger. That's the wrong one.
Well, Auburn can't figure themselves out. Notre Dame can't figure themselves out. They may have the one, culturally insensitive leprechaun that they bring out, but they don't know what their school colors are. Okay. You got like a darker blue with some kind of like a navy with a gold. Then they throw in white in there, and then they're throwing in green. I'm like, how many, they will never wear the same uniform twice, because right there you have 10 different color combinations.
Yes.
But it's all in Notre Dame. Anyway.
They're for my Auburn fans out there. So, hey,
Now,
So
I love that because that is Ben Grimm, the Thing Orange. And that is
ah,
how I base my choice for mascots and uniforms in the NFL. If it is the Thing from Fantastic Four, Clobby, and my mutual favorite character in comic books of all time, then I am down with that orange, baby. Give me that.
well, we'll make you a resident Auburn fan then. How about we do that then? So
You
I
know,
can't believe it. We've done this and now we're growing. We're at almost. Can you believe we've been going almost 2 hours?
it feels like 10 minutes.
I know. I cannot believe it's been that long, and we got 11 people with us right now. Still,
I mean, but
I
you and JT are so fun to be around. You know, you're so lighthearted and you are earnest, but you are lighthearted. So this is just a joy
but
for
you
me.
know what makes it what really makes it is this chat.
Yeah.
We got 11 people, and we're not on one specific topic. We're all over the place. We're talking sports ball, which is like unbelievable, and it's just really good to have everybody. We're having fun with everything, so thank you. And
Yeah, pleasure to be with you too, Hungry. So don't sell
Padawan
yourself short.
Some teams don't even have a real mascot. Remember the San Diego Chicken? The mascot worked in some. Yes, I remember that guy. Buddy Hepburn can't get away from Notre Dame, though, apparently. So,
Well, they're in one of those quote unquote national teams,
yeah,
college football that I cannot. I grew up like an hour away from where they are, so I was, I guess, allegedly in this weird territory of part Chicago fans, part Notre Dame, part the Michigan schools.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a lot of split allegiances, but I never liked Notre Dame. No one ever did.
Okay,
no one ever did. Anyway,
I will tell you one of the dumbest ass mascots is this damn thing. I'm sorry, buddy. I know you might be a Stanford. That's a Stanford. It's a Stanford Cardinal, but it's a tree.
Oh yeah, yeah, but it's low effort. I mean, look, you can see the guy's cargo shorts and his shit. Wow. No.
Okay, sorry, buddy. I guess Buddy might be a Cal fan then.
It looks like an artichoke that got messed up by gamma rays.
Oh my god.
That's accurate. I love that.
Oh god. See, I told y'all sports ball can be fun.
No, it is fun because there's so much art involved here. There's no art involved in making this mascot, but there's a lot of art involved.
Or like when you go to the store and you're trying to buy like the fresh herbs, and you go and you buy like a thing like a sprig of thyme or something. It just looks like a bundle of thyme there.
No, this looks like the kale that I had rotting in my refrigerator because I don't eat it for like 3 weeks. This is like kale. This is No, this is unacceptable. And it's what's with the Cool whipped cream for the eyes? What's going on with that? This is not right.
The Cool Whip. Yeah.
This is messed up. This is like mixing dessert with salad. You don't do that. What the hell? Oh, and the little fancy step. I'm looking at these legs down at the bottom. Oh, gee, this brings us right back to the Klingon dance number.
Yes.
This is not right.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine. I wonder what Clobby would think about this, though. Considering
blood pressure. I'm so worried about him. No, we can't show Clobby this mess.
Dad, man, if you Google worst college mascots, the top result quality logo products, it gives you a nice list. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy. I send that in a private chat. I put it in
Yeah. I'll send you the link.
Can we move to another mascot? Because artistically
Oh yeah, well it's coming right now.
Oh, this is too messed up. I can't move it.
Okay. Well, I gotta torture you just a little bit longer, my friend.
Oh no.
Torture. Hey, but yes. All right, so let's see.
I forget about the private chat. I have so much fun just looking at the screen and talking. And,
see, I bring these down to make sure I don't have the wrong mascot.
I need
so folks, let's see. Let me check. Let's see. Okay, what the hell? I know what this damn thing is, okay? University of Tulsa, Tulsa University.
Oh, what? Oh, no! This looks
What?
like somebody bit the top off a corn dog. What the hell is this?
I was thinking a bugle.
Is that a beehive? Oh yeah, I was
The
going to say a
bugle chip.
beehive.
No, it's a Tulsa Golden Hurricane.
No, a golden hurricane.
Yeah,
No.
but they look like a tornado.
Golden
It's like-
hurricane. Well,
It looks like a tornado. Golden Hurricane.
maybe
tornado.
crossfire hurricane, but anyway.
I was like, gosh, folks. Hey, well, let me see here in the chat here.
Yeah.
Small Town Republic said that Morgana, the kissing bandit, was unofficial mascot for a lot of teams. Yep. Remember that. Do y'all remember Morgana?
I don't. I mean, I'm a myth guy, so I love the name.
Well, she had big boobs and went around and jumped on. They allowed her to charge the fields and go out there and smooch a player on the field.
Oh,
Sounds great.
jeez.
Sounds great.
Exactly.
What's
No.
the problem?
Oh, here, Hungry. Pat Waterby says regarding the Stanford tree, Daniel Russo put more effort into his shower costume in Karate Kid.
That list, the number 2 on that list, for Wichita State.
Oh gosh. Okay, what the link? Okay, I'll get to that in just a second.
Yeah.
I'm lost with the. I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, I can't follow the chat. I'm like,
Tulsa steam bun? What the?
Buddy says Stanford doesn't. Buddy is right. They don't have the official mascot. The tree is actually a member of the Stanford marching band, which is one of the classic scenes of all time. And okay, Small Town Republic said it looks like the top half of a toilet. The Golden Hurricane sound like a couple for experienced adults. Hey, why not? Oh God, you guys are killing me tonight. So, if I could multitask well enough, I would show you one of the classic scenes in all of college sports, and that's where I hate all the things about the rules of YouTube and what you can do and this, that, and the other. It's like, damn, one of the classic moments of all time is the Cal Stanford ending in the 1980s on a kickoff return with a bunch of laterals, and it just was like, you know what? Damn, the torpedoes full speed ahead. I'm going to see if I can do this and get away with it.
Well, technically, if you talk about certain rules of copyright and transformative content afterwards and discussion of culture, there's a whole bunch of phrases. I used it when I still was making clips. Then the thing is, you can do it, and YouTube will ignore you. YouTube will ignore you. It has to do with the Berne Convention in regards to copyright. And so if you do that before this gets uploaded after we live stream, you'll probably be okay.
Okay, because I know we've used a couple clips here and there on stuff of things, but okay. I'm just going to say it real quick, because we got into it. And folks, we are going to get back to breakfast cereal. Cal Stanford, 1982. John Elway was playing for Cal. And so, it all happened. And I guess a part of the thing is you kind of repeat. You can stop and talk over it. But see, you got the squib kick. And then, as long as you throw the ball backwards, it's okay. As to distracting all you folks out there, we'll make it transformative. Seriously, as long as you pass the ball backwards, you can continue to advance without penalty. So, you see, you don't kick it so far. Then you got that. That's when a lot of the players thought he was down. A lot of the people in the stadium thought the player was down there, but they did not blow him down. So you keep going and you keep going. And there's another lateral here. And he's running. And so you got another player down for Stanford. And look what's happened. There's a convoy. And then look, some Stanford guys here. Maybe I'm stopping too. Yeah, there probably was. But see, this is what I love back then. There was no instant replay. Nice point, Small Time Republic. We're going to make this really transformative to the galactic overlords out there. So, and There you go. And here, and there's the last one. And then there's the band. There is the band on the field, folks. Yes,
Oh,
the Stanford
jeez.
band and the poor guy that gets crushed. One of the iconic moments in all of sports, folks. That is one of the classic moments in all of sports history, folks. So
Never take the field till you hear the whistle.
exactly. That was crazy with that. So
The small time republic says nerd.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I tell everybody. You can be nerds with sports, but hey, absolutely. So, and there were a couple places on here where they thought that was over penalties, but it's back in the days when football, you just had to there was no instant replay. There was nothing like that. So you just had to do it. So let me check the poll. We are going to get back on breakfast cereals in a second, folks. We're going to go ahead and end this poll. We got 7 votes already. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll go ahead and end this one. And our winner is the Crunch Berries.
Yay!
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Of all of it, that's the one I eat.
The power of citric acid. That's what adds. That's what. Yeah, you're laughing, Dad. Sorry, JT, because you know exactly what I'm talking about. The citric acid is what adds the tang, the tingle to that breakfast cereal, and it's magical. Citric acid is wonderful, and we all need it because basically it's very similar to vitamin C. But the other thing, and you're a Gen Y, not a millennial, and Dad Man is Gen X like me. The thing that I would like to talk about just for a moment, brief moment, with the breakfast cereals, the classic American breakfast cereals, a few Australians, but mainly Americans. The ads from the 1950s to the late 1970s were fantastic and often had hand-done animation for characters and mascots equating the cereals and the sports teams. There were mascots for the breakfast cereals, and a lot of them were fantastic. They were great.
Tony Tiger probably being the, I guess, most famous of them.
Yes.
If people overseas are trying to think, well, what do I know any? It's probably Tony the Tiger.
Yeah,
and Fred Flintstone.
And but was Fred Flintstone the cartoon or the mascot first?
Oh no, he was the cartoon first. They basically, there was a deal struck between the Breakfast Cereal Company and Hanna-Barbera, and therefore Fred Flintstone and Barney, we get Fruity Pebbles, etc. But you had Crazy Cow, that was really fun, and you had Waffle Crisp, which I think it had a cowboy. Yeah, there was 2 varieties. There was the original Waffle Crisp, which was maple syrup flavored, and they had to admit artificial maple syrup flavor. I mean, why do you need that? Is it so hard to get real maple syrup? Shout out to all my Canadian friends. How hard is it to get maple? But you had blueberry as well. And the interesting thing, and the missus is, I have a feeling she knows how to cook properly in your household.
Oh, she does a very good job.
Oh, she'll be irritated at this. When you had brands that were trying to do little chocolate chips, etc., like Cookie Crisp or blueberry chips, etc., they were basically dried pieces of apple flakes that were put in, and they put other artificial flavors around it to cheat. But I don't morally agree with it, but intellectually. I do. Intellectually, I do, because it was a healthy little piece of apple, and yeah, they were faking it, but the artistry was fine.
Another one that people may know is Toucan Sam.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We could do that. Why don't we do that? Instead of another cereal poll, why don't we do a favorite mascots of that? How's that sound? Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Okay, let's see. That's as long as I don't knock the stream off.
How are you going to narrow it down to 4?
Well, we'll pick the first 4. So we'll just pick the. Okay, well, you got to have Tony the Tiger.
Oh,
Mhm.
Tony's great.
You got to have Toucan Sam.
Yep.
Um,
Oh gosh.
oh my gosh.
The Rice Krispies Snap Crackle Pop,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Let's see. Is the Lucky Charm Leprechaun guy a good fourth
It's
option, or
either
Captain Crunch?
Or what about Trick Bunny? Tricks Bunny. Silly Rabbit. Tricks are for kids. How about Trick
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh
Rabbit?
God, that was a great icon. And there were like mini movies. Every advertisement, every commercial was like, you remember how Tricks the Rabbit was like trying to get the tricks,
Yep.
and the kids would just say, "No, tricks are for kids." That was smart marketing. That was smart
Exactly.
marketing and artsy, very artsy. And I will always go for artsy over dome.
Oh, I know you. I know you do. I listen. I tell you what. Just hearing you get excited about the sports mascots.
Yeah.
Was impressive to me. I mean, I didn't expect that. But that's really cool that you did that. You know, you enjoy it for what it is, for the art of it.
Also, the artistry of we'll go back to sports for just a moment. The artistry of how NFL is played, because if you're looking at it from a seat that's about 100 feet up, when you're watching the way the game plays out, it is very orderly, but it is very, very tough. It is very, very savage. But when you look at rugby, it's a mess.
Yes.
Right. I'm trying to figure out what's going on like constantly, like just trying to get a feel for the sport, and it's tough if you don't have the rules.
Exactly. So, hey, I want to get before we get back on the cereal, but I do want to get hungry on this one again, real quick.
Okay.
You talk about artistic mascots and stuff like this. Let me blow this one up. Hold your britches, and all right, it's like we talked about Gamecocks earlier, but the good old early Irving, drop your cocks, grab your socks. Hey, on this one, I think we're going to floor you with this one. Okay, ready?
I'm ready. Okay. Oh no! Hold on. Now hold on.
What?
There is something very cute and sci-fi about this, but
we're talking the foreground, not the background. Hungry, okay?
No, I'm a Sophia Loren kind of guy. So those chicks in the background don't do anything for me. Suzanne Plachette from The Birds, baby, that's my jam. But the thing about this is, okay, I mean, I don't hate it as much as that stinking kale plus whipped cream thing that we saw earlier. That was horrible. But this is okay, but it's not a real mascot. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm conflicted. Oh, the eyes are a bit too big. Which team is this for?
The Texas Christian Horned Frogs, TCU. They just played the University of Georgia in last year's national championship game. So, yep, the Horned Frogs.
Well, I have to say, Dan Man, I like it a lot better than two of the other mascots we've seen.
All right. It does look like Toothless, though, from How to Train Your Dragon, so that's good.
It looks like a Pokemon creature to me.
Oh, that is interesting. Never thought that.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, I thought it kind of looked kind of goofy there, but it's a little animated. But hey.
It's you know, the thing is, it's like the person who designed it was overly influenced by early 90s Japanese anime, and I can understand that, because they want to bring people in. You know, you got to get the youngins in, you got to get the new generation in, but it's not as bad as it could have been, unlike The Village.
What the frick? What the frick? I finally looked at this thing here. Oh my god!
Oh, you looked at what I sent you?
Yeah, let me. I
Oh,
want to look at that, folks. Oh my God, missus! It's not a horny toad. So it's like I like Padawannabe said the rabbit because he never got any. But I'm going to answer this question real quick. Instant replay itself, where they reviewed a play so you could see it multiple times, began in 1963, December 7th in college football. It was the beginning of instant replay. Now the challenges came obviously a lot later. And that I'm going to see here. Let's see. So there are two different things: the difference between instant replay, and there's also the challenge. So which that I believe was probably in the 90s or 2000s, I think. No. Anyway, I believe it was in the 90s or 2000, probably shortly after the NFL, probably sometime 2000s. Obviously, challenge. Let's see if I can. I'm trying to work with a search, and I'm not having a good luck with it right now. Replay review. Okay, replay review. According to Wikipedia, we're going to go there. By league, National Football League had a limited instant replay system in 1986, and then the current system started in 1999. I'm trying to see if NCAA football in 2006 is when the Rules Committee enacted replay guidelines. So probably 2006 and since then. So, like I said, it depends on which that you talk about. So, but let me see this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Some of these names, folks. I know we're on cereal, but y'all vote for the favorite mascots. We will get back to more cereals, but folks, this is just breaking news stuff tonight, and it's kind of yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Buddy knows where
that.
We're going here, I think.
Yeah, Buddy sees where we're going. Well, let's look here at this. So, hey. All right. Worst is the Stanford tree.
they've got pictures down below too.
Wooshok the wheat stalk. Sammy the slug. Fighting Pickle. And hey, here's for you artists hungry. Fighting Pickle, University of North Carolina School of the Arts. Speedy the Geoduck. God.
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah, if you scroll down, they've got some wonderful portraits.
Oh my God.
No. Oh God, no. Oh.
Talk about one tree. Wooshok the wheat stalk. Oh, I've seen this guy.
Yeah, that was the one on this list that I'm like, kind of looks like a serial killer. I don't know.
Yeah,
this is the scariest weed I've ever seen.
Well, look at the slug. It's like, what the hell? Looks like an ant.
That's funny. I lived in Santa Cruz for a couple of years, so I remember the Banana Slugs fans.
Oh my God. The fighting okra. Hey, this is Mrs. Worst mascot right there. So
yeah, this is terrible. This is terrible. This is just wretched. Wretched.
And hey, Appion, how are you tonight?
Appion! The best Bane in all the world!
Oh my God. Although Small Town Republic did go to Wichita State basketball game, great atmosphere.
Oh, I'm sure it's fun. I'm just saying the mascot design scary.
Hey, AFK, good welcome in. And yes, we are talking breakfast cereals. We've already voted that Captain Crunch was the favorite. The Crunch Berries was the favorite of the Captain Crunches. Now we're doing mascots. So, and we will get back to cereals in just a moment. But we took this place is all over the friggin' place. That's why I love these type of Count Chocolate represented. We're going to have to include that in a poll in just a minute. So y'all stick around. 13 friggin' people with us. We're 2 hours and 10 friggin' minutes, you guys. And we're like, oh my gosh, it's just insane. You guys make this wonderful. You guys, JT, you hungry, and you guys in the chat rock. You guys, I'm telling you, make friggin' sports ball fun. But This guy, look, I don't know which is worse, the friggin' nose on this guy or the damn, he looks like Squidward from SpongeBob.
Mittens, yeah, and the whole lower part of that torso. I don't know what's going on with that either. It just.
Oh my God.
Is he wearing boxing gloves?
I don't know, but what he's got, he looks like he's got a saggy diaper. And that's
nice. Yeah, that's exactly what. Thank you. I was trying to come up with what I thought that was, and you said it perfectly.
Well, let me say, hold on. Hakime, King Vitamin gets no live at all. Oh, LOL. Oh gosh, this must be King. It looked like King Vitamin, but welcome in, Hakime. Good to see you. And everybody, make sure you've hit that like button if you're new. Hey, subscribe with us and get the notifications. Love having you all here. 15 of y'all now. So hey. We're on fire, guys.
Dabman?
Yes,
King
sir.
Vitamin was a breakfast cereal that had a fantastic television commercial.
What was King Vitamin? Oh, well, maybe we'll have to look at that in a minute. We'll come back. Let me star that, and we'll take a look at that in just a moment. Thank you for the mention of that. We somehow, listen, we have no format. We use the Force, and apparently the Force is taking us all over our elbows to get to our butts and stuff tonight, but we're having fun. Damn, thank you, JT, for picking that out. Now I can get my vision off of that stuff. So
right.
Mr. Niblet, good to see you tonight. Yes, nothing gets my competitive spirit like going like a fighting okra. Oh gosh.
Oh, it gets better going down this list too.
Oh God. Folks, listen, this is what I love with these chill streams, and these two are two of the best around. We don't script this shit. We don't. We use the Force. It goes where it goes, and the more y'all chat and play around with us, it gets better. Damn that! I want to have visions of that damn thing. You think you could do a picture of that one, Hungry? All right.
Oh man, I want to see the banana splits.
What the hell? The fucking pickle! He looks like he's got a tutu on.
That's terrible. Oh my
God. Is that
God.
a tutu or is that a piano?
It's a piano. I can't even talk. Yes, AFK. Look. I think AFK. Stay with us, AFK. I'm just stay with us. But what the hell is this? He's between Zorro, Frenchman.
He's got a keyboard around him. He's got a keyboard like a life preserver around his unmentionables. And no, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
French pickle. Oh my God. You guys are great. Oh man. All right. Well, let's get going down. All right. There you go. Evergreen State College. Speedy the Geoduck.
What the?
What? He looks like a pea pod.
Okay, the description: Geoducks are a super weird, slimy creature commonly found in the American Northwest.
Oh, AFK. Oh, AFK. I only need to castle in with you. He will pickle the competition.
Hey-oh.
I mean, this thing we're looking at right now, I love Ultraman, don't get me wrong, okay? But there were some bad Ultraman seasons going from 19... There were some bad Ultraman seasons, and this looks like something out of Ultraman 1976 that should have been left on the cutting room floor.
Oh man!
It kind of looks like if you ate a whole ton of green food coloring and then had you put that in a tortilla.
Oh my gosh!
There's no good way to describe what this looks like, folks.
If you look at what's out there in the chat, I'm not going to pull it up. It's like but a clam, yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Fiber in your diet. In your diet.
Yes.
Yes. But oh my goodness. So hey, all right.
Can we move on to the next one? This one is really turning my stomach.
Oh my gosh. You guys in the chat. Irish burrito? Okay. All right. Well, we'll advance. So
now this one I think is probably the next one's my favorite one on the list.
Actually, hold on 1 second. We have a breaking. Hold on.
Hey, hello everybody.
Hello, Mrs.
Hello. I just think that
Hello.
we need to give that mascot some penicillin. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh no.
This is so wrong. Dadman had to take a little break, and he just asked if I could come in. And
I don't think I can finish my coffee this
yeah.
evening.
Well, we'll pass that one because. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Okay, I can get into this one.
Yeah, this is my favorite one on the list, and I honestly
Yeah.
don't know why it's on here.
Well, it kind of looks like a very dime store Bender.
Yeah.
You know, that character from Futurama.
Oh,
Bender.
yeah.
Bender
yeah.
also because it's a keg.
He also looks a little bit like a character we never got to see on the cutting room floor. I'll say again, from the Wizard of Oz mythos, you know, one of the Wizard of Oz books. It's
Yes, the Tin Man gone wrong.
yeah, the tin Man at a keg frat party.
Yes.
Wrong?
Dudes. He looks a little too happy there.
Yeah, they have to have one eye kind of lazy, you know, have some suds coming out the side of the mouth or something, make it a little more realistic.
Yes, a little bit of drool, a little bit of fit. Yes, I agree. Oh my gosh, Dartmouth, huh? Or how do you say that? Am I saying it wrong?
Dartmouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
They embrace the Ragers. He is an unofficial mascot, and he was banned from the home games.
Oh, you did wait for me?
I couldn't, man.
Oh gosh.
I couldn't. I said my penicillin.
Dartmouth.
You know, another thing on this is you could take a red Solo cup and make that the nose instead of
Oh, that would be so funny.
whatever currently is there.
The noses on all these mascots.
I know they don't know how to do noses.
No.
No, it's like they take foil and shove it up there, and
You know, the thing is, going back to the Dad Man and
What do you think of
Mrs.
the okra?
Travel, they needed to hire that wonderful guy who created all those sculptures that you guys were talking about. You know?
oh,
Yeah.
he could do it.
Yeah.
You know why? It's because I think some of the people that designs these, no offense, I think some people they get so much education they lose their the spontaneity.
Creativity. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what and so they have to they follow all the rules, and
Right.
then it doesn't have that spark.
Well, maybe with the last one they did have spontaneity, and as you said, they just shoved some foil up there, and then that's how we got the last one. You know,
I
Who
think they
knows?
had a keg as a real model, you know, that they were using as a model, and it was empty by the time they got to the nose.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, Mrs. Dadman, I think you just nailed it. I think they were using the keg to draw the keg.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Dadman is here, so I'm going to let you have him back, and it was nice saying hi to you all.
Hello. Yeah, it was nice.
And yes, got in long enough to say that Mr. Geo whatever needed penicillin.
Okay. The doctor. Yes, the doctor.
So here is Dadman back. Nice talking to you guys.
Love
You
to
too.
hear from
Have a
you.
good evening.
Love to hear from
You too.
Thank you.
Oh, and there she is, the great, beautiful, lovely, gracious Mrs. Dadman, who gave me a break so I could go take care of business and get some tea. So, hey, we're at 2 hours, 18 minutes. I got to say thank you. I don't know who did it, but we have a new sub tonight. Yay! We're at 434. Let's see if we can get 16 by the 19th, and we'll be at 450 as we celebrate. But, hey, I've got the great JT Kirk and Hungry Boy with me tonight, and we started talking about breakfast cereals, which we are spreading throughout all these random topics that we come out with. So let's finish the list, okay? I know you guys like your kegs.
What are you
So-
trying to say?
There you go. Oh, my God!
Oh no.
God.
Colonel Cobb.
No. Oh,
Uh,
damn it. Oh,
Oh, my God.
this is seriously looking like really crappy kid shows from the late 1990s right here. This is terrible. This is terrible. Oh my God.
Now, isn't Concordia is a religious school, right? So I mean, how
think
crazy
so.
can you get?
I like
JT, I'm sorry
like-
to make you laugh. JT, I'm sorry to make you laugh. But you remember in The Fly in the 1950s and The Fly 1986, where you had the two teleporter pods that mixed DNA together? This is like somebody did an experiment with those teleporter pods and mixed Lisa Simpson with a banana. It's not right.
I thought you were going to say Oscar the Grouch and
Oh God,
maybe
it's-
Lisa Simpson.
No, it's Castle, one of our friends in Fortnite, his corn pop character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where's Castle? Let me see. And I have a feeling this is the most tame and least cringe of the list. So hey, yeah, YouTube doesn't really tell me all the time who subs, but thank you for the new sub tonight. Appreciate it. Y'all being here. We still got 11 of you guys in the chat. Keep chatting with us, and we're moving down the list, folks. So hey, this is the fuzzy legs. Yeah, it looks like 70s shag carpeting.
It's so awful.
At least the mouth looks like it's 3D. You know, I'll give them that. They didn't just lazily draw on a mouth. It looks like they actually made one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to find something good about this one here. So
This looks like something out of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, that's
This is
like
wretched.
the fuzzy leg.
AFK with the jokes.
Hey, Mrs. Because the Mrs. Fuzzy Legs, there's a kernel of truth to that, Mrs. I tell you what, you won't grade AFK is on fire with that. So
many
yeah.
puns. So
All right.
time.
Okay. All right. So let's see what is next. Okay, shall we? Are we prepared for what's to come? And we got off breakfast cereals for this. Okay.
I don't
Hey,
think.
sorry, that was corny.
I don't think that the chat's probably ready for this next one, but
Okay. Well, I don't even know what it is. So let's see. Oh my God, folks. Let's see. Artie the artichoke.
Oh no.
No, I mean Lisa's gonna cook this one. Oh
No.
my God. Artie the artichoke. What? What's wrong, Hungry?
Dude, this looks like what happened to Chet in the
Oh.
1980s movie. Yeah, you know what I mean? Chet from Weird Science. It looks like Chet from Weird Science. No. This is just all shades of wrong.
That is wrong. Hey, AFK said, "I'm here just to make just from dawn until husk."
oh.
And Miss said, "Ears to you, AFK Bard."
Jeez.
Hey,
I love them, I do, but it makes you groan and then laugh.
but you gotta love it though.
How many more of these horrible?
There's a few more.
How many more do we have?
Just a few.
Okay, I can handle it. I will muscle on.
All right, you can do it,
man. But dude, this is painful. This is painful.
Oh, I love these. Listen, these are my type of list. I love these damn things. It's like, I love it. The cornier, the better. But hey, the rival school mascot, a slice of toast.
Yeah, the other community college from across town.
AFK, hey, don't vegetable me. My humor is on par. Padawan.
You know, they're missing an
A good
opportunity.
artichoke. Yeah, definitely a good artichoke.
They could have a Vegemite mascot if that's not a trademarked name.
I don't
No,
know.
You
not
know,
a trademark name. No.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
All right, so let's go. We might have to do a show where we go back to them. I know it'll lose the surprise, but let's see. Personified Artichoke has been Scottsdale Community College's official mascot since 1972. Disgruntled students originally voted on him as their mascot as a joke since they were mad about more of the budget going towards sports than academics. They thought the school deserved a Super League mascot. However, since then, the Smiling Vegetable has become a lovable part of campus, favored among fans. Oh, gosh. Big Red at Western Kentucky. Yes! Big Red! I know this one. He's like a big, like HR, not what HR Puffin stuff
Puffin
type
stuff.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't
Exactly.
advertising the chewing gum either.
Yeah,
With
exactly.
the same name.
I remember Big Red. They used to play the same conference as my school did. So, Battling Bishop at Ohio Wesleyan. Battling Bishop? What the?
I don't know.
The nickname of Ohio Wesleyan's team since 1925. Received a makeover in 2010, went from having a jovial grin to sporting a more determined expression. The end result is a man you're significantly less likely to hug. Why so serious, Mr. Bishop?
He just kind of looks like he's giving you a scornful face because you haven't been to confession in like 6 months.
Oh my gosh. Hey, let me say here real quick. Oh gosh. Let's see. Hello, Decency Squad. Good to see you tonight. Hey, thanks for coming in. Make sure y'all hit that like button, all 14 y'all, and sub if you haven't already. We already got one tonight, and Mrs. comes in with the looks like a sunburned Freddy the Frog. One of the other ones.
I love that.
It's Grimace's cousin. Oh God, I've seen this guy at a basketball game.
Yeah, it's the Xavier mascot.
Oh look, if Grover from the Muppets let himself go, he'd end up as Blue Blob.
Nice.
That they did good with that one here. That is really a good one to that is hilarious to see.
You've probably seen this next one too.
It looks like a combination of Grover and a giant blueberry from the original Gene Wilder Willy Wonka.
Yeah. No, yeah, Xavier University. No, actually, it's not a Wolverine. That's Michigan. Xavier's the Musketeers.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought they were something else,
but
like
how
the
the hell
Knights
did
or
you go from
something.
Musketeers to this. I mean, that's where. Okay, I got to go back up a second though. I got to look at this other one again because I just that's just.
You want to look at Khaki?
I know. I'm like, this one is like, and the damn nose. It's because they used to call the Florida Georgia game the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, but the university decided to shut down on that. So,
yeah,
that type of stuff. So, wow. And then I guess he was banned. Oh wow, I didn't see that part of it. So, all right.
Yeah,
all
some
right.
stick in the mud probably thought it would stop college kids from drinking. I mean,
all right. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what they'll do.
Yeah.
But, all right. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Well, let's see the next one then. We see the.
I thought you might. Yeah, I thought you might recognize this one.
Arkansas Monticello. We see the bull.
Why?
Who
Why?
the hell comes up with the bull weevil?
When I was a kid, sometimes you'd open a cereal box. We're not going back to cereal. You'd open a cereal box, and there would be a boll weevil in the cereal box. Why make that a mascot? What the heck?
I'm like,
it doesn't even look like a boll weevil. What? No, and it's chartreuse. I hate chartreuse. That is like the worst shade of green ever made. No. Yeah, yuck. 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 Bleh. Hack.
oh my god.
This reminds me of the Master and Commander joke that they tell around the dinner table in the captain's area about choosing the lesser of two weevils. And it's a really bad joke, but I laugh at it every time.
Oh god, AFK's rubbing off on you now. Oh god, that's hilarious. So, oh my gosh, folks! Hey, this has been a riot. Still, it just God, it's crazy what's happening tonight. Thank y'all for being here, hanging with us. We will talk more about breakfast cereals as long as we have, but we are getting through this wonderful thing with 14 of y'all here with us. We got 20 likes already. Wow! Thank you, everybody. And any new, we got one new sub tonight. So hey, thank you. Oh man, let's get one more and get 435. But okay, let's see if we can top Wheezy the Boll Weevil.
It has a
All right.
nose that's kind of inspired by Gonzo from the Muppets.
It does.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it eats because the nose is going to be in the way of
Well,
pretty
it's
much
got
everything.
teeth. I don't know. Somehow.
Eyes are too evil for me. I don't like the slanty ass evil eyes. I
Yep.
don't
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's evil. Well, it's a boll weevil, so it's an evil weevil.
Evil weevle.
What's an evil weevil that does stunts? Is that an
I
evil
love it.
weevil, evil Knievel?
Ah!
Dude, evil Knievel. God. We love it. We love it.
Evil Knievel was so hot in the 70s. Dadman remembers, I mean, in
Yes.
comic books, you would have advertisements for all the Evil Knievel toys.
Oh.
And, oh, man, fantastic. Evil Knievel was the dude. He was the dude. The dude abides, Gen
Yeah.
Y, JT.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is hilarious. So, oh my goodness, you guys are awesome. But okay, all right, let's see what happens. It's Gal Pal Blossom. All right, I wonder what Blossom looked like. All right,
I don't know.
Mortimer-
Probably like number 6.
Oh my God, pharmacy. Oh God, Mortimer, do you tech
Eutectic.
McPissel? St. Louis College. I'm scared already. Hungry.
Now, if reading the title didn't give you a
What
hard
the hell?
time,
Oh, no.
read the description on this because it leaves you no closer to understanding what this is.
Oh my God,
When you
sight
started.
of this thing. The sight of this thing. This no, you talked about the one earlier, the Wichita State.
Number 6, the Geoduck. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
You don't want to look at that one again.
Leave it to pharmacy students to name their mascot after the process of two solids come together to form a liquid. The furry yellow guy in the lab coat has no connection to the name's meaning, but is always courtside. Oh, even has a song. All right, Timok at University of Texas at Dallas. Okay. Oh man, this is. It looks like something a villain from Incredibles.
Okay, guys, I got a call from my best friend in real life. I got to take it. I'll be back.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is like Tamok and Jalad at Tanagra. The
This
old
is insane.
Star Trek reference.
This is like beyond.
This doesn't look stable. Like Joker almost. It's weird and disorienting. I think I would start walking the other way if I saw it in real life.
It still doesn't scare me as bad as the other one. That College of Pharmacy one is like way off the charts. So, yeah, we hit this earlier. Small Town Republic. Maybe the Pac-12 can get St. Louis College of Pharmacy to join.
Ouch! Ouch!
Oh God! I love this. Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Folks, we just stumbled onto this damn show tonight. This topic tonight. This, folks, is what we really do with chill streams, and is like, we use the force we. Buddy Hepburn looks like Sam Kinison.
I was going to say this kind of looks like some kind of Disney Pixar, like 2023 character.
That's what I was thinking, like Buddy from the Incredibles, the bad villain.
Maybe. I'm thinking of not that high quality though. I'm thinking like 2023 Disney, where it's something awful, and this character has 52 different genders, and has all kinds of other issues that somehow make them the key to everything in this cartoon. That's kind of what it strikes me as.
Yeah.
But
Death. Oh gosh.
Well, what a list.
Wow.
I think the winner for most disturbing is either going to be probably number 4.
All right. Folks, we're going to have to do this. Okay, I'm going to end the current poll we've got. I'm going to pull this down right now, and we'll see when Hungry Boy makes back. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end the poll for the favorite cereal mascot here right now, and we have a winner with 16 votes. The great Tony the Tiger wins with 44%. So Tony the Tiger 43%. Oh, Trix Rabbit 31%. Toucan Sam 18%, and the Rice Krispie guys at 6%. Thank you for voting, everybody. So, all right, let's do another poll here. Let's see, which is the creepiest mascot? So, if y'all have memories of ones in the chat, put it out there, and we will decide which ones we're going to put up. We can only put 4, and
the Fighting Okra with the full diaper.
Okay, let's see. Let me get back up to that one and see. Oh gosh, let's see. That's definitely a good first one.
Let's see. There was
Speedy the Geoduck, probably.
Speedy the Geoduck, and we can't really go into much more about that one.
Okay, let's see. Delta. Let's see. The state Fighting Okra.
Yep.
Okay. And I was wondering, okay, because the others were not too bad, the infantry, but what about the Fighting Pickle?
I was going to say the Fighting Pickle as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're not a fan of green, tall mascots here for whatever.
Which one was the nut one, Mrs. I see UNC. So a School of the Arts Fighting Pickle. Let's see. So everybody's saying Speedy the Geoduck. Is that kind of what I mean?
Yeah, that one might just win.
Geoduck is popular.
Geoduck should not exist according to AFK.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, we will go with Speedy, and I will show them all one more time here. Okay. All right.
Wheezy the Boll Weevil, maybe, is the number 4? Or should we put Brutus the Buckeye on there just because nobody likes them?
Oh, I think we'll have to stay with the ones we have here. So let's get, See, I like Keggy the Keg and Colonel Cobb. They're kind of cool. It's just like, which is the creepiest? The Bishop's kind of. So, Mortimer the Eutetic McPistol.
Yeah, if you can even type that out.
I'll just call Mortimer
Morty
McPistol. St. Louis Farm. Okay, so we've got 4 choices. Which of these is the creepiest mascot? Delta State Fighting Okra, UNC School of the Arts Fighting Pickle, Evergreen State Speedy the Geoduck, Mortimer McPistol. Okay, so folks, I am going to do this before I put the post up. Can do best of the worst. Yes. Okay. All right, folks. Let me do this. Let me show you the 4 that we have. Okay. I'll go backwards. Here's Mortimer again. Mortimer the Eutetic McPistol at St. Louis College of Pharmacy. So let y'all have a good look at that one. So we got that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, by the way, Temok is a comet. I understand. I've been told that it's a comet. That's why the flaming on the back of the head. So that is actually a comet. So, all right. Definitely. That was interesting to hear. I never realized that, but it does make sense. Okay. So here's Mortimer. We're going to go Mortimer. Let's see. got Geoduck. Okay. I just, dude.
Yeah, somebody needs to make that their online avatar persona. Not me, because I can't stand to look at it.
Oh, Mrs. got it. Oh, yeah. The Temuk is comment spelled backwards. Oh, that's a hoot.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right. Fighting Pickle, UNC School of the Arts. And look at the gloves. Oh, God. Okay.
Don't let that one near children, please.
Yeah. And Delta State Fighting Okra. So go take a look at it. So, hey. All right. So, hey. Oh, my God. AFK said, their cheer was, I'm a Geoduck, you're Geoduck, we are all Geoducks all, and when we get together, we make our Geo call. And they make a kissy mushy sounds with their mouths. Oh, that sounds really weird.
Oh, that sounds gross.
Exactly. It definitely does. Oh my gosh. So anyway. Oh my goodness. So what are you thinking? Oh shoot, I gotta put the poll.
Yeah. Unleash the poll.
All right, everybody. It's up to you now. Yes, sir.
JT, this call is going to take a little bit. I have to catch up with my pal.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I got to bow out. I'm sorry. I might come back if you guys are still on after I have the conversation. I'll come back, but I got to bow out. I got to do it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming as long as you have. We'll keep up the breakfast cereals and a little bit more. We thank you for being here as long as you have, and have a good call.
Dude, it has been a delight, a pleasure. You and JT are just, you warm my heart. It's just so nice that the internet exists and we can meet each other. And and meeting the missus, my God, and everybody else, and Lisa, and you guys are all fantastic. But I just got to do the real life thing just for a little while. So is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. You do got to do what you got to do. So, hey. All right. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Hungry. Have a good evening.
Hey, Hungry, one last look.
No, that's bloody terrible. Don't make me look at that.
What?
That is like tail that came out of my ass. I don't want to see that.
Oh, take care.
Good night, guys. Oh, bloody tail. Oh, nasty.
And on that note.
Oh, sorry, Hungry. No, you won't get
on that note.
Oh, God. But hey, folks.
Always fun to have them on stream.
I know. It is wonderful. Yeah. Oh, geez. So, hey, folks, let me remove that finally.
The poll's got 8 votes.
All right.
I think people are holding their nose voting on this one.
Oh, man. So, let's see where it is. Right now, Speedy the Geoduck leads. So,
62 to 38.
Yeah. I know, that's awesome. So,
All right.
Well, hey,
so
I don't know. I have not laughed that hard in quite a while, so we'll see. I think we may. I mean, I thought the other two were pretty damn creepy, but I think the Geoduck and the Pickle are just so. This one
wrong.
might be a two. Yeah,
they're wrong on so many levels.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious, folks. So, oh my God. Now let me. And listen, we were coming on talking about breakfast cereals. Then we started talking about mascots. Then you came up with this link. So and we got 2 things in the private chat. Let me see what we got here. So, folks, all right. So, oh wow, deep breath after that. We still have 11 people hanging out with us. Thank you all for being here. We definitely appreciate you being here. This, like I said, this is another one of these sports. Not a sport. It wasn't intended to be a sports stream, but we talk so much sports with mascots and things. Mm-hmm. Thank you for being with us and sharing with us. So, I like that, a hairless nut, like somebody called Brutus the Buckeye.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, all right. We've been stuck on.
Well, if you want to pivot to breakfast cereals, we'll definitely can.
We'll look at let's look at the post-it first. So. And
So
while
if I may, a little background on Post cereal.
yeah, go
So-
ahead while I bring up a picture.
I grew up in an area that was in the region of Battle Creek, Michigan, which is where Kellogg was founded.
Hmm.
And so Kellogg is, well, I guess you could say, one of the oldest cereal companies. Cereal companies were actually quite similar to your old auto companies or oil companies, where you have a ton of smaller brands, and then they just keep buying them up and buying them up and buying them up. So a lot of these different things that that Dadman has on the screen may have actually originated with a different company over 100 years ago, and then they just got bought by the larger company and they used the brand and the recipe. But Kellogg was a health, like I don't want to say a sanitarium, but like a health lodge of sorts. And cereal was a hot cereal back then. It wasn't cold that you pour milk over and all of that. And Post actually stayed at the place that that the cornflakes and the health lodge and all of that the Kellogg brothers had in Michigan for a while. So Post has its roots, you know, based in part on that, and then General Mills comes from upstate Minnesota. So
Oh, really?
if you're thinking about all these, and General Mills comes from 1859. So when you're talking cereal, it is way older than the cartoons on the box. I mean, a lot of these cereals are quite new, right? Like the Oreos one,
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
like that. But some of the, I guess, more quote unquote healthier cereals that don't really taste good and we don't like to eat them now, those were originally a health product, because you have to remember that people were eating a lot of canned meat, and refrigeration really wasn't a thing when these cereals were invented. So imagine what the American diet consisted of and how little, I guess, healthy fiber or other things that you were getting in your diet, because, you just didn't have that food availability. So,
Right.
yeah, Mrs. Dabman, wow, founded in 1900. Yeah, I won't go into the super long in the history, but I just, when people talk Kellogg's, I've got that personal kind of loose link to it.
And sorry, FK, if I missed you on the way out, but hey, thanks for being here. So yeah, that's interesting when you hear about the history of these companies. We take them, you don't realize how long some of these companies have been around. You said 1900. Wow, geez. Now, see, I always looked at Post as being the older people's cereal. When you look at a lot of them, your oats, shredded wheats, it seems like they have the more mature cereals. But then again, you got the Oreo O's, you got the mini spooners, Fruity Pebbles. You do have your share of sugar cereals in there. But see, like the missus likes to add brown sugar to make it sweet to grape nuts. So,
and that was introduced in 1897. Well, they called it grape nuts. The recipe, I don't think, was the same. That's really getting off into the weeds. But yeah, if it tastes like the box without adding sugar to it, chances are that it's pushing 100 years, if not more. So there's definitely history in that food aisle that if you're into different types of history like that, right, then you can find it. But we're here to talk about the fun cereal, I think. So anyway, that was my little history bit.
Yeah. Oh. Well, listen. All right. Folks, now we're using the Force again. We just got back on the breakfast cereal, but guess what will happen? It would not be a Dadman production without another change of plans. Because now we have another guest coming on, a very surprise, the gardener of gardens, the lady that has the sexiest pictures of food anywhere on Tweet World or anything else. The lady with the green thumb that can grow anything in any climate, anywhere. It is the great Lisa from YouTube.
Hi.
Hey, Lisa.
How are you?
Hey, Lisa.
Hi, JT.
That
is like an overstatement of all that I can do.
Nonsense.
Okay.
Nonsense.
When we look at the pictures, everybody's just drooling.
All right, well, Lisa, you can bring the show back since I put everybody to sleep with my talk about grape nuts and cornflakes. So.
No, let's talk about your grape nuts. That might be kind of fun.
Oh,
But
this is a
anytime I've
family
had-
show. This is a
anytime I've-
family show.
Well, I'm talking about post grape nuts. You have to add a lot of sugar, don't you think?
Exactly. Yeah, you can't have enough sugar with those grape nuts,
And have them soaking in milk for
Mm-hmm.
over an hour, and they're still crunchy.
No,
Are they even good for you? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Well, anything's good for you. I think folks that may not have grown up watching a lot of TV, most of these cereals that you see on the screen, especially like your Fruity Pebbles, your Golden Crisp type stuff, they're always a part of a balanced breakfast. And then it's right at the end of the commercial where they used to say that, especially in the 90s, and they would pan out or zoom out super quickly. And you'd see this giant breakfast table with like 28 pancakes on it and 4 pitchers of orange juice and 3 pounds of bacon. So it's like, okay, well, yeah, I guess it would be that balanced if you're
It's a
mixing it
balanced
in
breakfast.
with
If you can eat all
30,000
that,
calories on the table, right?
Oh gosh.
Hey,
Oh well.
AFK.
Oh hey, okay, yeah, and at least I get to say bye to you, AFK. Great having you and your humor in there. Everybody, make sure you vote in a poll because currently we got 8 votes. It's still 62-38. The geoduck is creepier than the fighting pickle. Wow.
Is that going to be like our stream mascot or something? Is the geoduck now?
I might have to be, might have to be. That or I don't. I actually I like this. I like the geoduck. The pickle is the one that freaks me out.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Lisa, what was your I guess your least favorite or the
pickle?
The pickle.
A little too metallic for my taste.
We got plenty of pickles around here from a few months ago. So
yeah, it was a pickle fest before you got here.
Yeah. But hey, yeah, folks, make sure you vote. Hey, we got 24 likes in here tonight. Hey, thank you, everybody. This is crazy.
Did you see that picture I sent you, Dad, man?
Yes, I did, and I need to work to bring that up real quick. So I'm going to multitask. So
you understand, like tonight is like trash night. You take your trash down to the end of the driveway.
Yeah.
And then walking back up, I was like, "What is this on my porch?" And I find out from my son that it's National Leave a Zucchini on Your Porch Day.
Yes.
And I sent Dadman a picture of the zucchini that was left on my porch today.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Nonetheless, I only have like 10 zucchinis that I just grew and ate, and like I need another zucchini in my life. So
it's like a Hallmark holiday. Not even.
I have no idea. It's one of those websites that come up with this national day of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew it was even a thing, but luckily my son has an app that tells him what national day it is every day.
All right, here it is, folks. Hey. Hello, William Creek. Good to see you tonight. Glad you're here.
Hi, William Creek.
Hey. All right.
There it is. And somebody took the time to paste on eyes and a mustache. Isn't that the creepiest thing ever?
It would scare your cats for sure.
Say that again?
It would scare off your cats for sure.
Well, I don't have cats, but maybe like yeah.
So it's National
Leave a zucchini on your neighbor's porch day. And I think that's because like when you grow zucchini, it's a bountiful harvest. You get like so many per plant, and you can only eat so many so fast. So I think back in the day, like churchgoers would leave zucchini in the neighbor's buggy or whatever to take home with them because they got so sick of eating it. So I'm guessing that's what they did here is in order to get rid of all the excess zucchini, dump it on somebody's porch.
Yep. And
See,
Mrs. said that's too funny, and Mrs. actually made some mock pineapple using zucchini. So,
and I don't like zucchini and I don't like cucumber. So those are two items not to put on the pizza from the other night.
Oh,
But
no.
I just don't like schlong shaped vegetables. So zucchini, cucumber, and
Eggplant?
some squash. Yeah, eggplant. Those are all foods I
Oh.
don't like to eat.
I
Well, I
know.
like
Just-
them. So
I like zucchini. I mean, I'm good with zucchini.
is it because it's schlong shaped? I'm questioning myself, or is it just because it's good? I'm not sure.
It just happens to be a coincidence. on all of
Coinkydink.
those. Yeah.
Winkadink. So,
Oh, jeez.
so make sure y'all hit that like button, folks. We got 23 likes. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. The next subscriber will put us at 435. Yay!
But now I
But
have
hey.
to figure out what creepy neighbor posted like a mustache and eyeballs on a zucchini and slipped it on my porch.
Yeah, because it's like paper. Like they take tape. It looks like it's a little taped.
It's taped on
Yeah.
mustache and eyes. Isn't that creepy? So I have
Yeah.
a psycho neighbor. Great.
Hey, you never know. So, oh no, eggplant are shaped in purple. Double whammy for a no for JT Kirk.
Yep, precisely.
Exactly.
Purple and schlong shaped.
Yes, exactly. But hey, all right. Oh, this see, this is the entertainment that keeps coming up. You know, we're
This is the
3
only
hours.
reason I came on was to show you my present.
I know. 3 hours
wanted-
later, we got zucchinis now.
Lisa wanted to come on and show us her zucchini.
I had to share the horror that was left on my porch.
Now, if you hung a bunch of those at Halloween, that might actually be scarier than pumpkins.
Yeah.
Jack o' lanterns. If you had some of these, I'd be like, "What the hell is wrong with these people?"
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, jeez. It's just too funny. It is. So, Lisa, what did you think of some of the other college mascots earlier?
I really like the Spartans. I think that's a cool. Well, I think the costume actually makes it. So we have the Badgers, so
Yeah, well,
pretty.
the Badger's pretty good.
It's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
I thought the Spartans was cool. But I went to school and it was a Saluki, and we actually had the dog. So we didn't have a
No.
person dressed as a Saluki. I don't think that well, if we did, I didn't remember it.
Oh no, I was actually talking about like this one, Lisa, to go with your zucchini.
Oh,
The fighting okra, the dirty diaper okra.
that's just. What's in his pants? Did he drop a load? I mean,
That's
It looks like a diaper. Yeah, a dirty
It does.
diaper.
it's
you
hanging
can
a bit
see
low
kind
there.
of the belt going across from left to right too.
I could see chafing.
Yes. Well, I the one I really was this one.
Oh, that's.
I
silly.
got to. It's like that. Just. I mean, the keyboard. The
The
hat.
craftsmanship, though, is impressive.
Yeah. No.
Well, it is an art
exactly.
school. It should be, hopefully.
The fighting pickle. I don't know why you'd have a pickle as a mascot anyway.
And I don't know what that pickle is fighting.
Yeah, right?
You never know.
You're usually in a pickle, trying to get out of a pickle. I don't know.
It's just like. I mean, every time I look at this damn thing, you know.
Maybe that's the
It's just-
problem being in art school. They're so creative that they left logic behind. Because it
Perhaps,
makes no sense.
but,
makes
you know,
no sense.
If I saw this dancing out on the side of the street, I thought you were
Yeah.
trying to sell me like mattresses or something, not be intimidating college mascot.
Or you're like
No.
holding a sign like "Come into my store, I sell pickles," kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Like in sidewalks of New York or something like that.
right.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh
But it's
gosh.
like it's got like a Spanish style kind of mustache and goatee going on there too. But
Yep,
it's like
Pissed off because of all the money that goes to sports.
exactly.
Oh,
Well, let's see. We've got 9 votes on this poll so far. Oh wow. Mortimer McPissel actually got a vote for the St. Louis Pharmacy College, but so far it's still Speedy the Geoduck, 56%, and the Pickle at 33%. So hey, oh God, buddy,
French pickler. Oh my God, you're too young for stuff like that,
oh,
buddy.
oh my gosh. Well, folks,
I'm
hey,
gonna have to talk to Brian.
it's, oh, what happens on Dadman's channel stays on
I
Dadman's channel.
know. I'm
Oh
just
my
shocked.
goodness. So let's redeem it a little bit for the people that came for cereal, which was advertised, which we've been getting around. Lisa, any of these post cereals that you really like, or are you a different brand of cereal person?
Is this all the Post brands? I mean, every single
I
one
don't
that they
I don't
have?
think it's all of them, but
there's
it's a lot.
there's more, but there's a long list of discontinued ones.
I don't
that-
buy any of them.
Mm.
I just don't. So, but I've had Raisin Bran and I've had Honeycombs, Golden Crisp, Fruity Pebbles, Malto Meal. I've had the mini spooners.
That's mini frosted mini wheats knockoff.
Cocoa Wheats as a kid I liked. But no, I don't buy any of that stuff today.
Well, not today, but like when you were growing up, because originally that's what we kind of started with Hungry Boy was, about growing up and like in the 70s, cereals and stuff like that. What we, what we liked, what type of cereals, and that's kind of where it came from was back growing up as kids, back then, those type of cereals and how they've modernized. So, because I really was more of a Fruity Pebbles guy, but as I've gotten older, I like the shredded wheat, the frosted. But it's in the old days the shredded wheat were the big long bars, and nowadays they all make them small.
Yeah.
And
I would say Cocoa Wheats was my favorite as a kid of the grouping. When I was working out and training, it would be the Raisin Bran or the Mini Spooner. But yeah, not my favorite for sure.
But he likes to deal and chill. And Alphabets are discontinued. They're the same cereal as Lucky Charms without the dried marshmallows in the design. So, Mrs. said, love the shredded wheat. There was a big rectangle that you could soak in hot water to soften, squeeze out the water, and put milk in and brown sugar.
Ah, yeah, the really huge wafer kind of things. Yeah.
Now, one thing that I thought I like, a question that I have with cereals is, I don't know how y'all are. I like to use a lot of milk.
Yeah.
And I like to let it get soggy though. I like my Apple Jack soggy, not crunchy. How do y'all take your cereal when you do eat it?
I'm the exact opposite. As little milk as possible. And in fact, I'd rather put on almond milk than skim these days. And just enough to get it like not crunchy, like completely crunchy, just a little bit moist, and then go from there.
I'm a little bit more than JT. I'm not so dry that it's too dry. But I like to have very little milk left after eating all the cereal.
Yeah, I drink my milk. And here's the missus has another question. Do you put the milk in the bowl first or the cereal?
Cereal.
Otherwise, you splash, right?
I agree. That's the way I do it. I think the missus does it the other way. So, I put the cereal in for that very reason. I might have trouble not making a mess already, but then to try to do that, it makes it even rougher. So
now here's another question for both of you. Do you add like fruits or anything into the cereal when you're eating it?
Nope.
No,
Because I see
'cause-
people add strawberries, blueberries, bananas, that type of stuff.
Well, see, it would depend. Maybe if I was eating the non-sugar type cereals, maybe I might do that. But anything like Fruity Pebbles and stuff like that, I wouldn't add fruit to it. The
Yeah.
missus said if you put the cereal first, it floats, and you don't know how much milk you put in. So,
I think the last time I've ever put a fruit in a cereal was banana and Rice Krispies, and that was over 20 years ago.
Sure.
yeah.
Banana Rice Krispies actually sounds like it would taste pretty good.
Yeah, but you still got to add sugar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
Now, the
Gotcha.
one in the top left there, Dad Man, Weetabix, is that like a prescription pill? I've never heard of that cereal, but it sounds like something that Pfizer would come up with.
Whole grain. What a name, though.
Ask
Yeah.
your doctor about Weetabix.
That's
Never
true.
heard of it.
Yeah, I'm not. Now, malto meal. I've seen malto meal.
Yeah.
It looks like a porridge or a. Looks like.
It's similar to grits.
Mm-hmm.
So think of the texture of grits, but it's not as firm. Or I think it's because it's wheat instead of corn. Because isn't
wow.
grits corn?
Excuse me. Yeah, I believe they are. Yeah,
But so it's
it's yellow or
wheat
white. Yeah.
cereal like grits is. It's good. You know, you add honey, butter,
Mhm.
sugar, cinnamon. Yeah, tastes really good with all that stuff in it.
Now, I liked Raisin Bran for a while in the 90s, and they used to, and they still may do it, but I don't eat the cereal anymore. Is, you know, they would load it up with more raisins, or they would do clusters and, you know, different things to kind of mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But Raisin Bran, to me, always was too short on the raisins, and the
Mhm.
bran seemed to shrivel up
Yeah.
in the milk, and so you were left, if you didn't eat it very
Soggy.
quickly, with just a bunch of soggy slop, and it kind of took away from it. Then all you want to eat are the raisins, right? And you never have enough
Yeah.
Right.
at that point to make it a good cereal experience at that point.
When the missus is saying that Weetabix started in the UK, so hey,
Makes sense.
that's interesting. Yeah.
Mm.
If it's boring, it's UK, right? No, just kidding. So, hey, the jokes about the food. Yeah, it's interesting they put cereal oatmeals in here. You got the cream of wheats and the.
So do you
Apple
guys
cinnamon.
eat much cereal nowadays at all?
I used to eat more, especially the sugar ones. I'd rotate between Apple Jacks and Fruit Loops and Fruity Pebbles. But lately, I've had to go to be serious, so I've been eating mostly Cheerios. So,
But you still eat cereal.
yeah, but it's pretty much either Rice Krispies or Cheerios.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't anymore. I was doing a keto diet for a long time, and they do make cereal for that, but it's got a decent amount of artificial sugar in it, and it's almost all just fiber. So, and you can't eat very much because there's still carbohydrates in that. And so you end up with this tiny little bowl that isn't going to fill you up for breakfast, that's loaded with, you know, your artificial, you know, your sugar alcohols and stuff, and then fiber. And it would just sit in your stomach weird. You wouldn't feel right eating
Yeah.
it. But pretty much the rest of those I've sworn off. I will buy Cheerios and things like that, but I try to buy the organic kind that you know they didn't spray a bunch of chemicals on it. Because it's kind of disturbing, unfortunately, with a lot of these cereals, the levels of pesticides or herbicides and things like that you can find present in the cereal on the shelf, unfortunately. So, not that something's not going to kill you some other way. It just, you know, you start reading the label and going, oh, I don't know, right? So.
Yeah. Yep. It's I like the good bad cereals for you. I really do, but you know, sometimes you gotta learn. Cause see, I would never stick with a portion.
Right.
I probably have four servings in one spot, and then jack the milk all the way to the top of the bowl. It's like,
You might as well
yeah,
have gone to McDonald's for breakfast at that point.
exactly,
Yeah.
Have you
exactly.
ever watched Beverly Hillbillies?
Yes.
I know the opening theme.
So Jethro Bodine was his name. He would go into Granny's kitchen, take out the largest bowl ever, pour the whole box of cereal in this huge bowl, and like probably half a gallon of milk, and sit with this huge bowl with a spoon and just shovel it in his mouth. I thought it was the funniest thing ever.
That's kind of like my wine glass that it just happens to be 750 milliliters.
Oh my God. Yeah.
They say one glass a day is healthy for you, right?
Exactly.
Sure. As long as
Now-
it's not a whole bottle, but never mind.
Uh,
Now, Dad, man, I never had the Oreo O's that are on there.
Right.
Isn't that just the candy? Like, can't you just take Oreos out of your, out of the tray
Yeah.
and just put milk on them at that point?
I think the
was
only
that what
thing-
they were?
No, because it was a regular cookie, but it actually had a cream filling. So those are like cookie, but they have a sugary icing coating on them. So they're technically a little bit different versus the cream versus the sugar on top of it. But I mean, I'm sure close enough the taste would be there. So I mean, otherwise you would have some of the marshmallow or the stuffing in the cereal, which that's not. You don't have that there.
You could just take chocolate wafers and eat it with half and half, and it would be pretty much the same.
Oh man.
Oh,
But
now
he-
that's a good question. What kind of milk?
Well, the missus likes hot cereal. We eat hot cereal like oatmeal, but not the buck stuff. Buddy said that my dad makes pinhead steel cut oatmeal. Whatever. Pinhead steel cut oatmeal. I've never heard of that before. Usually the Hamlins of Scotland brand in the tin. Okay. And Lisa, what about the milk again?
Well, what kind of milk do you use with your cereal? Is it whole?
2%. I can use any of them, but 2% usually. Or honestly, if I'm in a hotel, I'd say skim. But at home, we get 2%.
JT?
I don't like milk. I had to drink it 3 meals a day as a kid growing up.
And what kind was that?
Usually the cheapest kind from Meijer, or I guess people don't know Meijer, Walmart or Publix kind of stuff. And it was usually skim. But, when you buy the real cheap stuff, as soon as you crack that, it's like 2 days from going sour. So you really got to drink it quick. And I just, as an adult, I can't stand milk. But if I do, I'll put almond milk on stuff, the unsweetened kind. Yeah.
I'm a skim girl.
Yeah, the whole milk to me, it just, no.
My kids love whole milk, and that's half and half. When you said that, made me think of, well, what kind of milk do you like? Because they would take like heavy whipping cream if they could. Just drink that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, isn't that gross? It's so gross to me. But they like whole milk.
Buddy says he has to drink whole milk. The percentage varieties are like water with a little milk in it.
Yep, that's what they say.
Oh, really? Well,
Really
I can see that, but see, I don't like the thickness. I even as a kid, I had trouble texture wise with the thick whole milk.
Yep.
So, I mean, skim milk was. I mean, like you said, yeah, skim milk's like water. 2% still has a little bit of fat in it. You can taste it, but
As a kid in school, did you guys have cartons of milk?
yep.
Yes,
Little
and I
things,
always went for chocolate.
Yes,
So-
exactly.
And I think, have you noticed, like, when you had to drink the white milk, that it kind of stank?
Yep.
It
Yep, that's
smelled
what I
bad?
was saying. Like, if you buy the real cheap milk out of the plastic gallon jugs, it goes bad in a couple days, and that's kind of what you get in those paper cartons too.
Yeah, they were like little tiny pints, I think, of cardboard or paper cartons, and I swear it stank. It turned me off.
And for those of us in the non-imperial units world, sorry, because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna figure out what a pint is
Yeah.
in milliliters, but it's a small amount, like the size of your fist.
Your fist, maybe. My fist is a little smaller.
Fair enough. And then a gallon would be, 3.8 liters would be about the size that you would buy. Depending on how many kids you have and how many people are eating cereal, it could go pretty quick or
If there
not.
are any Canadians or foreigners in the chat, could you raise your hand so if you're not here, we don't have to talk about it.
No. I think we lost Stunning earlier. He was relaxing. So, oh my goodness, folks, we've been going 3 hours, 15 minutes, and we're going to try to play some Fortnite tonight, but we'll see what we do with it. So
Let's do it. I'm so ready to shoot something. I mean,
I know.
play Fortnite.
In
Exactly.
a video game.
Yep.
There you
Play
go.
a video game.
Oh, we got to get JT
Sorry.
trained up on Fortnite too one day, maybe.
Yes, you do. Do you play video games or not? Really?
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do.
You do. Then
Yeah.
what
You do?
platform do you have?
PC.
Ah.
Oh.
I used to have-
You go.
Mrs. plays on PC, so she knows how to
A lot play on PC, right, Dad, man?
Oh, you do? I thought you played on PS4.
No, I don't. A lot of people do, though.
Yeah, exactly. So, but hey, JT, hey, fresh meat for the Fortnite crew.
All
We're
right.
always looking. All right, all right.
Isn't that my line? Aren't I supposed to say, "Oh, fresh meat"?
Oh, you sure? Go ahead. You can say it. It sounds a lot better from your mouth than mine.
I would think so.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get kind of that South Park episode with Steven Spielberg and George Lucas and what they do to Indiana Jones kind of vibe. If you say fresh meat,
Oh no.
you know which one I'm talking about.
Oh, I think I've seen it before. I just don't remember offhand.
It was what they do to Indiana when they were doing Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
They were saying like you got a real purty mouth and all that.
Oh God, yeah. Oh my goodness, that just is so wrong on so many levels, folks. But that just. Thank you for putting that. Thank you for putting that in my head. Jeez.
But it's the South Park version,
I
so
know,
it's
but still, it's all got to be good with the South Park version. So, hey, we got
Now,
back
can
up. Yeah, go
Can
ahead.
I play as a South Park character in Fortnite?
No, they don't have those yet. They don't have them in item shop. They had Rick and Morty. No, you can only buy the ones that either come with the battle passes and you earn, or the ones you buy with V-Bucks. That's kind of it. And sometimes they rotate things through the store. There are a lot of Marvel characters, some DC characters that have been for sale before.
Okay.
The only thing is like some of the ones that are part of the battle pass, you got to get on battle pass because they won't put them in the store later. So there are many, many options in the world of fashion for Fortnite. So
I just got a new skin. And I'm
Hello.
very
Hey.
pleased with it.
hello, Max Yellow. Hey, welcome. Everybody, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, get our notifications. Let's get to 435 tonight, and we'll get to 450 by the 19th of our anniversary. Banjos, I love that. So, hey, but most of all, make sure you smash that like button. Let's see where we're at right now. We're at 24. Wow. We still got 9 votes on the poll, and we'll go ahead and close the poll now. So we got the winner of the most creepiest mascot of what we saw earlier was the Evergreen State Speedy the Geoduck. 55%. The UNC School of the Arts Fighting Pickle at 33%. Mortimer McPitzel, the St. Louis Pharmacy, 11%. And Delta State Fighting Ochre got no votes, even with his saggy diaper. Go figure.
Well, the Geoduck kind of takes the thunder away a little bit between that and the pickle because all three of them are green, I think.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be near that fighting okra because who knows?
Yeah,
Okra doesn't smell that great to begin with, and oof,
oh, let's see.
Okra is
poopy diaper.
gross. I do not like okra.
What
at
about
all.
fried okra? I mean,
Mm.
we have a battle around that around here because the Ang would take to her mom and the stringy okra, and Miss is getting sick at looking at it. But
See, my thing is, if you're gonna fry vegetables, just eat French fries, because it's not like fried okra then is like nutritionally any like worth it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
have
guess
to
you can
admit-
eat it purely on taste. Sorry, Lisa.
No, that's okay. I was just gonna say I had tried it once. I think it was like maybe Popeyes years ago. I mean, like 25, 30 years ago. If Popeyes has even been around that long, I don't know. But it was
Yeah.
a fast food okra, and the two I had were really pretty good. But I
Church's
don't go to that
chickens.
fast food that often.
Yeah,
So
Church's chicken still has
maybe it was Church's. I don't know.
the fried okra now. So
But I've
yeah, of
had it
course.
other ways, and I did
Yeah.
not like it at all.
I
It is
gotcha.
totally agree with the missus. It is disgusting.
Well, Brian, Buddy is saying okra's good cooked down in soup. So
But
so
he's so cool. He is the
yes, he
coolest
is.
cat ever. Did you see earlier? He said hot chocolate with half and half.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounded great.
That sounded. And then I want to put some marshmallows in that too. Doesn't that sound good?
Do you put the
does sound
marshmallows in before you add the liquid, or do you put the marshmallows in on top of it?
I on top.
Now, do you use milk or water?
I always use milk. Water just kind of is blah. It doesn't add to the richness at all.
Okay, I just was curious. I try to use milk when I make hot chocolate.
Yeah, the trick, you have to be really careful though, right? You know, because you don't want to scald or have it burn on you, or you know, if
Yeah.
you use a pan, it sticks to the bottom, and then it's a pain to clean. But
Mm-mm.
it's worth it. Really is.
Well, the missus makes the instant hot chocolate and adds creamer to make it taste better.
See,
I like
to
her
me,
style. I like that woman's style.
I know she is.
She's got good style.
Yeah,
I
totally.
love the taste on instant, but for some reason it gives me heartburn,
No, really.
and
Huh.
I
That's
cannot
weird.
figure it out. Yeah, I can't figure it out. Like every time I do it, it gives me heartburn, and I'm like, why do you have to be so good and yet do this to me?
Wow, I
But-
wonder why that's causing it. Well, there is milk, I think, in it.
But
Are you lactose? at
I mean,
all,
I
or-
eat so much cheese. There's no way I
Oh, man.
I wonder what's causing that though. That's so weird.
I don't know, but I've always loved it. You know, coming in as a kid from
Yeah.
sledding or whatnot, and then you get some hot cocoa going. Oh yeah, good
That's
times.
too bad.
So
Yeah.
you can always make it the homemade way, right? So
Cheese.
Yeah, with the Hershey's cocoa or
Yep.
cacao or.
What do we
however you
need
say it.
cheese though? I mean, who likes cheese? I'm just kidding, Lisa.
Wisconsin
I know Wisconsin.
is known for cheese. I don't know. California kind of swiped all our dairy industry, I guess, for because for years Wisconsin was like the cow state and cheese and milk, and then California became like the largest producer. So,
The Packers, the cheeseheads.
that's right.
Exactly.
Bunch of
Michigan's
cheese
its Michigan's its own dairy state enough that we don't get much from Wisconsin because
right.
you don't have to go that far away for it. But you know who's good on cheese as well is New England or like the far northeast, like Vermont and stuff like that. They make some amazing cheese. So we'll have to bug Mark D with a C to put down the clams for a minute and start showing
Eating
pictures
some
of cheese.
cheese. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But in Monroe, Wisconsin, it's award-winning cheeses there, I guess. I don't know. I've never been.
Mark and his
Okay.
damn clams.
Yeah.
It's horrible. So, Buddy says his dad is like that with whole milk, but can drink the Fairlife Ultra filtered whole milk. So
Uh-huh.
that's what they buy him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, some things can just unexplainably mess you up, and who knows why. But garlic and onions do it to me too, and I love garlic and I love onions like you wouldn't believe. But
And
it's
you
just
just get
part of
barfing
getting
from
older.
all of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
It's just a part of getting older, I guess.
You might want to tell your doctor about that. You might have acid reflux and they can give you meds for that.
Oh,
But I am not a doctor and I am not suggesting anything on YouTube for anybody
yeah,
else
I've been
to
down that
take or
road before.
use.
I know
Problem
you got to
is,
do all the disclaimers.
That was not professional advice. This was just a personal advice that I've heard from
It-
other people.
and I've been that way before, but then you got to remember to keep taking those pills all the time, or else, and it just, I always
Yeah, you're
forget.
too young for that crap.
Exactly. Well, folks, I think at 3.5 hours, since we need to do some Fortnite, I think we may go ahead and cut it right here for now. I mean, if we decide to stream Fortnite, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bells to get the notifications when we go live. Join us over there if we stream the Fortnite. But thanks for being here for 3.5 hours on an impromptu stream that really was all around the world and a lot of fun. And you can laugh and have some fun with sports ball and sports ball related things too. Definitely, you can do that. So, which is what we try to do. So, Miss said artificial sweeteners and various chemicals could upset you, and it just like Lisa said, we're not doctors. We're just speculating. So whatever you do, check your
Don't
doctors
ever
and stuff.
listen to anything I have to say.
Don't listen to anybody on YouTube, really, for that matter.
I mean, Lisa's a superhero, so she doesn't really have any ailments in the first place, right? So
Exactly.
Don't have too many. I've been fortunate.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, folks.
Adman, thanks for having me come on and letting me show you my zucchini that was dropped off on my porch.
Oh, I'm glad you wanted to, though. I appreciate you coming by
I thought
because
that was hilarious, and I just had to share.
no, I appreciate it because I did, I like that you wanted to come on and share that. That's really, really cool when we see neat things like that because I did not know that was such a thing.
I didn't either.
I'll have to look it up later because maybe next year we'll do it to our family members. Maybe I'll take one to my mom or something and we'll leave it on somebody's porch and see what happens. But just make sure you do it in the right neighborhood.
Yeah, and make sure you hit the right house.
Yeah, some people don't take kindly to any stunts. So.
Yeah, everybody's got a camera these days, right? So wear a Richard Nixon mask or something if you're going to be up to hijinks.
Yeah, well,
don't do hijinks though.
Exactly. We don't. Everything that you want to say, you got to disclaim and stuff these days. So hey. All right. Well, I think with that, we're going to go ahead and close it. JT, any other words? Any other thoughts you have of anything we talked about?
Well, I loved the Whirlwind Tour. I love talking everything from college football to breakfast cereal to Lisa's zucchini that was dropped off on her porch. I had a blast tonight.
Well, wait a second. Hold on. Hey, Whoopa Troopa.
Hey, Whoopa.
He just made it. Looks like we're going to have to start the stream again.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but no, to wrap it up, it just thank you for having me on. And
Absolutely.
Lisa, it was great talking to you. Always a delight to be in the chat with you. And Hungry Boy, if you're still listening, it was cool getting to hang out with you earlier. And I'm looking forward to football starting. And just I'll end it there before I start just rambling on and on and on. So
and JT Kirk will be one of my guests this fall for one of the SEC preview show weekly shows that we do. So I look forward to that. JT, I remember confirming tonight. Appreciate that. Whoopa, I tell you what, the show must go on, but we may take it in a different form. Lisa and I are going to be playing some Fortnite, and we may stream it. It depends on how we feel. If we do, we'll continue the party over there. How about that?
Heck yeah.
Party continues just in a different format. And we'll get people like JT Kirk to learn to play. And before long, we'll have 30 people we can pull from on this channel.
Yeah. JT, it was really nice chatting with you, too.
Oh, thank you.
As always.
Yes, as always.
All right,
So-
folks. Well, let's see with this. We got 8 people. Every time I go to close, it's like the numbers go up. So, hey, people, thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for the support. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's make sure we did. Thank you, Whoopa. I had to be you coming in for that 25th like. Thank you, sir. Wow. You guys are incredible. We did get another sub tonight. Thank you for the sub. Um, Appreciate all the support. And I'm going to talk about some of the things we got going coming up here. Just double checking. Yep. Okay. So we got the 1 sub tonight, but thank you everybody for all you do. Thank you for your support. Thank you for hanging out with us. 8 of y'all that are still here after 3.5 hours. It's just amazing. So, all right. Let's see. Check that there. Absolutely. Okay. All right. So in the next 15 seconds, so we will officially hit 3.5 hours. But let me preview a few things. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. I'm gonna have we'll be chilling with the great Miss Martin Muses. If you're not familiar with her channel, do check it out. Great content, all kind of variety of stuff between battlefields and books and a lot of stuff like that. Music. Just really look forward to this guest tomorrow night. Definitely something different for us on this channel. And I hope you're able to be here and bring a friend, a neighbor. Let's get 16 more likes before we're done. And we'll hit 450 and just keep moving on up. So tomorrow night, 9 p.m., Miss Martin Muses. Then on Friday, I wish I was hungry. I wish Hungry was here for this one. But yeah. We pillage the village. Hungry Boy joined Mrs. Dad Man Walking and me as we leave no stone unturned while we destroy the village. We're going to pillage it big time. And thank you for putting the link out there, JT. Appreciate you doing that. So
Sure.
Thank you. But join us tomorrow night for that. And join us Friday night. You get hear more of the great Hungry Boy on Friday night. You only got a sample of it tonight, but thanks everybody. And August 19th will be the 1-year celebration. Exactly 1 year to the day will be for the first stream. I know who the first commenter is. Hope to have fun with the show. Hope to have some people on a time of fun and lightheartedness and all that other stuff. And here, hey Jill. Hi, how are you? Oh my goodness. It's so funny every time I go to wrap up. But hey, thanks for coming in, Jill. Appreciate you being here. Go back, watch the replay, help the algorithm. Listen, this has been a crazy whirlwind tour, a whole bunch of everything with it. It's all over the place today. So it's
quite a wild ride.
I don't know, Jill. I think we are kind of, I don't know. We're doing good, but this was a hellacious stream. We were all over the place. We were like squirreling it everywhere.
I only came in at the end, Jill, so don't blame me. I had nothing to do with
We
it.
had Hungry Boy with us. And it's been a ride. We were using the Force tonight, as I said. We started out in football news, expansion news, and then we got to Morse football. Then we got to cereal. Then we bounced over to sports mascots. We were all over the place. Bouncing.
And then I slid in the zucchini just for extra fun.
Gosh. Thank you, Jill. Thank you for the comments, and thanks to you and others out there helping get the word out and coming by, supporting, liking, sharing, and everything else like that. It is doing amazing. Thanks to great people like you. But I want to do something real quick since let's see if I got this. Let's see. Just trying to see. Dang it. I think I closed it. Hold on one second. Because Jill came in, I feel like I need to show something real quick.
Here we go.
You know what it is. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just trying to do the avoid boomerang and all that other stuff. So, hey. Oh, here we go. It was here. This is National Take Your Pickle to Work Day. No, it's what again? National Leave
a Pickle on Your Neighbor's Porch Day. Leave a zucchini. I said pickle. You got me so confused, Dad, man.
It's all over the place. So yeah, exactly.
National Leave a Zucchini on Your Neighbor's Porch Day.
Okay. All right.
Right.
And with that, we're going to take a look at Lisa's zucchini.
That was left on my porch today, Jill. I have weirdos as neighbors.
I know. I'm trying to see if we can blow it up. But basically, what you can see here, there's tape. Somebody on a little piece of paper did a little mustachey, taped it on, and then the eyeballs up here.
Yeah.
No
Why?
mouth. No mouth, but the mustache.
I have no idea other than that I'm surrounded by weirdos. That's all I can come up with.
Oh, it's so funny, so good. But hey, all right, folks. Well, listen, 8 of y'all that are still here, we were planning. We'll probably do at least a little bit of Fortnite coming up, and we probably will stream it. So join us over there, at least Lisa and me, in a little bit, and we'll see what happens with that. So, can't you be arrested for leaving your zucchinis on someone's porch? You never know.
I don't know. I think you could get arrested if you put it in the mailbox, because that would be
True.
like a federal thing.
True.
They only wanted to share the fruits of their garden.
Yeah.
So that's
But Jill, I have my own garden. I already have eaten like 10 zucchinis within the last 2 weeks as it is. I do not want any more zucchini.
Do you eat them raw, like
No, cooked.
Oh,
No, raw. No. I never even tried it. If you could do it, sounds gross. No, cooked.
JT's like small town republic, only in 39 states. Yeah, God, you guys are amazing. You guys, what would I do without you guys? So let me get this down here, and then I'll get back over to where we are on the way out. So, but like I said, join us also on the 19th of August, again, 7 p.m. Eastern. It'll be the 1-year streaming anniversary, a year to the day. And we're at 434 subs right now. Hopefully, we'll see if we can get 450 by the 19th. That would be kind of a cool treat to have 450 on the 1-year anniversary, because I'm like, dear God, how did this happen? But, it's wonderful.
11 days to go.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we'll keep working, keep streaming.
Keep going.
We're going to go do some We got 435. We got another sub. We hit 435 tonight. Thank you all.
Yay.
Thank you. And we're going to go party and celebrate.
And thank God, because Dadman loves round numbers.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
If 35 is a round number.
It is for me, because it hits that plateau. It's halfway between 0 and 0. So it balances between the zeros. Hey, get an account that justifies any number for you. That's the one you want. So, hey.
And 35 is divisible by, 8 and 7? So there you go.
All right. We're good. We're good.
Wait, what? 8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Divisible.
is that 45?
Yeah, no, 35 is divisible by
7.
7
Yeah.
and 5.
7
But
and
not-
5. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Not 8.
All right.
It's late. Don't we have?
No, that's okay. I just didn't want Dadman getting on you because he's like the math genius.
Well, hey, that's
yeah,
okay.
good point.
But thank you, everybody that came in tonight. JT Kirk, thank you for coming for so long. Thank
You're
you,
very welcome.
Lisa. Thank you for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for letting me share that idiocy that I did.
You can share your garden any day, and
That's not my garden, though.
well,
Somebody else's
okay, even better. But
garbage
listen,
on my porch.
go back and check our playlist. Lisa was on with the chilling, showing her real garden for us one
that,
time.
yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Sorry.
But hey, the 19th. I don't know. It'd be cool with it being a Saturday night. It'd be cool to have 20 people at the time, maybe 25.
Yeah.
Have everybody come out, celebrate, and 50 would be like incredible. I'll have to come up with a stupid stunt if I got that many people at one time. But hey,
I'm going to have to slide in before Star Trek.
yeah, exactly. So, but hey, well, that's why I started earlier, was because I know that there's a lot of stuff on Saturday night. So hey, but with that, folks, join us in a little bit for a little bit of Fortnite. We're not sure how long we go, but we'll do a little bit and celebrate, keep the party continuing. But hey, always our live streams and videos are stored over on youtube.com, twitch.tv at dadman155. Make sure you hit your notifications on Twitch, hit the bell on YouTube, and check to have the notifications, and also check to make sure you're still subscribed, because weird things do happen. So the best way to keep track of me, to back up the notifications, like JT sometimes I had to tag him on it, was to follow me on Twitter at DadmanWalking55. Even if I can't message you, I can at least still tag you in a tweet. When that stops, then we'll see what happens. But hey, on that note, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you've hit that smash button, the like button, or whatever it's, and y'all have a great night. We'll see you later, all. Bye, all.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.